In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1190. It's the start of a new week. We're doing it live as usual. And I want to start off this week with a bang. So I've made a contract with you, the viewer, out there. I've posted a bit of a declaration, if you will, pinned to the chat. It states, Ben will do one beer bong for every $50 level towards the goal that we reach during this episode.
Ooh.
So through Streamlabs, every time we hit a 50, so cumulatively, anyone that gets us that close, once we hit that 50, I will down Washington's own Rainier beer. Honestly, all jokes aside, they've made some of the best beer commercials I've ever seen. I've even showcased them on a few episodes. Even back in the day, the older commercials were pretty ahead of their time, so I like them.
I've always liked beer commercials. Rainier did good ones.
Yeah, they've made some newer ones that I've seen that are pretty good too. Established 1878, so they even survived Prohibition, and now they're owned by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
It does taste. I do like the taste of this better. Not a sponsor, Tubes.
They should be.
Yeah. So for every $50, Watch My IQ get progressively lower and lower and lower with each beer bong. So I'm going to drink each beer like within a couple seconds.
Yeah.
It's going to be glorious.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Ben, you have to open your throat when you do that, right?
I'm not that good at that. I have to like just swallow over and over and over again, like really fast.
I opened my throat when you had me do one. I don't know if that was a natural
you can do
reaction.
That. You can do that. I mean, the gravity kind of pushes. I have a condition known as Barrett's esophagus that makes that kind of thing a little difficult.
So you're gonna push through your condition.
I have to swallow like
to get this beer down.
Yep. I have to slurp on that tube and swallow. It's going to be great. So, yeah, just putting that out there, and I'll remind you guys later just in case you forget. So just help us get to our first 50. 5 of you give $10, 20 or 10 of you. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to do math right now.
That's for when you're drunk.
Yeah.
It's beer bong weather, too.
It is beer bong. It's cooled down a little bit, but it's still pretty warm. Our daytime high is only like 10 degrees hotter than the daytime low.
Really?
Well, between today and last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were having like lows in the 60s and highs in the 90s, but now it's kind of like they're getting closer to each other.
This weather is like so warm, but it's not too warm. So I'm constantly fighting off an erection. I don't know if you have that problem with this level of weather.
No.
Yeah,
Does it just raise your blood pressure?
I don't know. It's just like I'm constantly fighting a boner. And I think it's just the heat.
I wanted to get your take on this video. It's really short. And then we'll get into the actual content. It's kind of a joke. Like I'm kind of torturing everybody right now by playing this. But I thought I'd just put it out there. Check this out.
Howdy doody, y'all. It's Jay Genesis. And I'm just out here looking for miners. By that, I mean people who like to mine for gold. Because there's gold in them there hills.
You know what really sucks about the Minecraft community?
They are miners.
A lot of Minecraft community people were out looking for miners, not the gold mining kind.
Oh.
I'm trying to get me some gold, so I'm looking for some miners. And if you guys know any miners, please send them my way. Just send them to my house. And, oh, this went terribly wrong.
He has those odd moments of self-realization, but he still uploaded it after it went terribly wrong.
That was a fantastic ending. It's moments like that that make me think Jared is just like a brilliant performance artist.
He's not, though. I wish to, because that also means one less sicko on Earth.
Does he, did that gentleman that was going to come to his house ever show up? Or was that
He did, but it's... Honestly, I feel like it was a waste of time and money because all he did was take a selfie out front of Jared's house and then like leave some papers there, I guess like some notes for his parents, and that's it. He didn't knock on the door, which I get. It was a fenced-in yard, which I guess is trespassing at that point, especially if there's a sign up or something. But yeah, that's what happened. The guy flew from Canada all the way to Southeast Texas to get a selfie in front of Jared's house.
That's fun. Sounds like a really good time.
Yeah. Yeah. Surprised he didn't melt. Canadians melt in Southeast Texas.
Canadians melt in my mouth, not in my hand.
We are going to check out the news of the day. This is gonna be great. Here it is.
He called me, sir, and got me so human angry.
People are discriminating against wolves.
Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
And you better well learn to love it.
All right. So here was the first story about Rudy Giuliani that came out that I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
This woman that worked with him said he was pervy, said he stole her money and all kinds of stuff. We'll get into that, and then we'll get into the stuff that just broke earlier today.
Remember when Rudy Giuliani was just randomly in fucking Borat 2?
Yeah, trying to get some young woman to tuck his shirt in for him.
How did we collectively forget about that?
I didn't forget about it.
It's just like nobody even cares about the fact that all that went down.
No. People were talking about it like how it was weird. Definitely.
And then he still went on to defend Trump, and that was
of course.
the Four Seasons stuff.
Well, I mean,
and his face melting was after all that.
Trump ally Rudy Giuliani is the target of a new lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault, harassment, wage theft, and other misconduct. And they're asking for $10 million in damages. The woman who filed the suit says she worked for the former New York mayor for nearly 2 years and claims that he offered her the job, quote, as a pretext to develop a quid pro quo sexual relationship. Giuliani spokesperson says he...
Yeah. I love, I guess he was, trying to put her in hot pants and tube tops and stuff.
...specifically denies these allegations. Elaine Quijano has more on this story.
This asshole cleaned out all the prostitution in New York, and then he wants to take hot pants back, bring it back to the 80s? What the hell, Giuliani? That's not fair.
The wide-ranging lawsuit against Rudy Giuliani was filed in a New York court Monday. In it, plaintiff Noelle Dunphy claims Giuliani offered her a job in January 2019 as his director of business development.
All right, if part of your interview is to twirl around in a circle, then that's the kind of job you're applying for.
With a salary of $1 million.
Can you do me a favor and just twirl around?
Risk of train rolling on the tracks and the
we're getting close to beer bong number one. All right, we are 1/5 of the way.
The year.
Everybody throw the likes down on the like button so that more people get visible views. My own mother had trouble finding the stream the other night. My own mom, who watches religiously, YouTube wouldn't even show her the stream the other night.
That's weird. If they're subscribed and they watch regularly, why would YouTube be hiding the stream?
She couldn't even find it.
That's
she was
ridiculous.
Looking for it.
It said he'd have to defer her pay and keep her employment secret until he finished divorce proceedings with his now ex-wife. Over the nearly 2 years that followed, Dunphy claims Giuliani paid her almost exclusively in cash, made clear that satisfying his sexual demands was an absolute requirement of her employment.
Well, okay, how long did she stay after he made that clear?
Yeah, how long did it take her to figure out that she was actually a prostitute?
She said she worked for him for like 2 years. So if this was established at the beginning, she should have called her lawyer immediately.
If he made it clear that satisfying his sexual demands was an absolute requirement of her employment and paid her in cash, there's at some point in time, this woman confused her job for not being a prostitute.
Employment forced her to perform a variety of sexual acts and breached their alleged business agreement.
Where is this agreement?
It sounds like the business agreement was that she satisfied his urges?
I need to know, because the agreement is alleged. They said alleged business agreement.
Of course.
But they didn't say alleged sexual acts. They're like, he was forced her to do all these sexual acts as part of her job. The business agreement.
I mean, there's no job that where that can be well, I guess being in porn is one.
Yeah.
Where you're expected to perform sexual acts for money legally. That's like one of the few ways that's legal. All right, we're getting even closer.
But if he paid her in cash, what is this agreement? I need there's an alleged business agreement and there's an openly claimed sexual thing.
So she wasn't claiming her income from him on her taxes because there would have been a paper trail. Paying her in cash eliminates the paper trail between him and her and the IRS. Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Claims to have recorded many of her interactions with Giuliani, including one where she says he told her, "I've wanted you from the day I interviewed you."
Oh my God.
Attorney Justin Kelton.
That's so creepy. He looks like Nosferatu. He is creepy as fuck.
Represents her.
She alleges that on several occasions she objected clearly, that he did not respect those objections.
The lawsuit also
Choo-choo. All right, we're almost halfway to the first beer
alleges
bong.
Giuliani, a personal attorney to then President Trump, told Dunphy Trump's team would...
When I heard that Trump's fucking lawyer was Giuliani, I'm like, big mistake. Because Giuliani had established himself as a buffoon at that point. You know what? He happened to be mayor when 9/11 happened, and that's why somehow people thought that meant he was qualified to be president of the United States.
He was America's mayor for a couple of months.
Only because of circumstance. He didn't do anything that really made him qualified.
He might have been part of the collusion against America that America put against 9/11, according to many conspiracy theorists I know.
Claimed there was voter fraud if he lost the 2020 election. In another instance, Giuliani allegedly said he was selling pardons for $2 million, which he and President Trump would split.
God, they're going Dutch on pardons?
I mean, that's insane. Trump did pardon a lot of people, too. And some of them were like, ooh, that person's fucking slimy. I'm sure there were some murderers in it, too. We'd have to go piece by piece through the pardons.
Jerome Wing, or Juggalo V says she's suing for wage theft. It's in the banner. Yeah, alleged assault and wage theft.
Yeah.
Did he steal $10 million worth of wages from her? No, that's part of the assault, right?
No, that's not part of the assault.
The $10 million for alleged assault.
Oh, yeah.
And wage theft.
And wage theft.
So it's not just for wage theft.
No, it's for both.
There has been no proof of voter fraud in that election, nor evidence that Giuliani or the former president were ever compensated for pardons during his time in office.
Hawkeye says $1 million per year was her wage. For having sex with him, $1 million a year?
Was it once per year?
I mean, even if it's like once a day, having sex with Giuliani 365 times per year and you walk away with $1 million?
What are you saying? Are you saying that's not enough?
I will fuck him.
That's not enough.
365 times.
That's not enough.
And walk away with $1 million.
But has not.
He gets all sweaty and his hair dye starts dripping down his face.
All over me, too. I look like a fucking goth mommy.
In a
It's
statement,
$1 million bucks. It's cakewalk.
You'd up looking like King Cobra when he tried to dye his facial hair.
Person for Giuliani said he denies the allegations and will pursue all available remedies and counterclaims. In response, Dunphy's lawyer said in part that Giuliani, quote, will have to answer to materials and recorded statements that will be presented at trial. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman.
The real evidence in this case for this complaint to move forward has to be in the recordings. Because if it's not
Let's
in
hear
the
the recordings. Can't wait.
It does hit the line of being so over the top that you wonder if it's all true or if none of it is true. And that's going to be the
It doesn't all or none, though. If they can prove one of those things,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. You know, he could be found guilty of, or he could be found liable for wage theft, but not the assault.
Defendants are.
That's what happened to
For
Trump
CBS
recently.
Mornings, I'm Elaine Quijano.
They couldn't prove. Well, I guess they proved the assault, but not the outright graping.
The alt-right groypers?
Yeah, those fuckers. Here's a little
That's
more
more
on
breaking
this.
news just into us in the world of politics here. A new lawsuit out of New York accusing former President Trump's former personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, of offering to sell pardons by his former boss. It's a lawsuit filed by a former employee of Giuliani's accusing him of sexual assault, harassment, wage theft. According to the lawsuit, Giuliani allegedly asked the former employee if she knew anybody who needed a pardon, saying he'd sell them for $2 million. That would be
Why
split
is he
between-
asking her?
Yeah.
Why is he asking his guma
Him and
if
Mr.
she knows anybody who needs a pardon?
He's like advertising.
This is ridiculous.
The lawsuit also says Giuliani allegedly told her not to go through the, and I'm quoting here, normal channels for a pardon, because then that'd be subject to disclosures under the Freedom of Information Act. We are out to the Giuliani team, to the Trump campaign for any.
So what? There were abnormal channels? There were other like underground channels you could go through to get a pardon? You just like shove $2 million cash through the mail slot at the White House?
Yeah, I wonder if you don't go through the office of the pardon attorney, you just go straight through Trump.
Yeah.
Maybe he goes to Trump, Trump does it, and it doesn't have to go through the disclosure of Freedom of Information Act.
Statement or reaction. Have not heard back yet. Vaughn
I
Hilliard
think Trump didn't pardon himself because he couldn't pardon himself because he hadn't been charged with anything yet, right?
I wish I knew.
I think to pardon, you have to have a charge, a guilty charge, I believe.
out for us and is joining us now. Walk us through the allegations, and I think importantly, Vaughn, is there any evidence that has been presented against Giuliani in this lawsuit here?
In terms of evidence, Hallie, that is the key question, because this woman, who is an associate, says that she was hired in 2019.
Could you imagine if you were getting paid $1 million a year to have sex with Rudy Giuliani, and he comes to you and says, hey, if you know anybody who wants to buy a pardon for $2 million.
Well, they were smoking their cigarettes after they were done.
I split it with Trump. He's basically telling her to sell a pardon so he can pay her salary.
Right.
And then he didn't pay her salary. She should have sold the pardon.
Dean by Giuliani says that with his consent, she made recordings of numerous conversations.
What's up with Trump's tie right there?
I mean,
is it windy or something?
Wouldn't his hair go along with it too, though?
No, his hair does not. It defies the laws of physics.
That's questionable.
Yeah.
Is that
look at that tie?
That's CGI, right? That's not a real tie.
That they had, whether that specific conversation about the allegation of $2 million pardon for sale and splitting it with Donald Trump, whether that was recorded is not made clear here in this lawsuit. But the question is, what is she presenting here? Because the allegations here are damning and frankly difficult to read. Of course, that one has potential 2024 political implications involving the former president of the United States. But she, I think, more importantly, makes allegations of sexual assault, sexual harassment against Rudy Giuliani over the course of years. And this, for Giuliani, we have reached out to an attorney of his. We have not heard back from comment at this time. We have reached out to the plaintiff here in this case as well. We have not heard from her. We've also reached out to the Trump campaign. What is laid out here in this lawsuit that we just got our hands on about an hour ago are difficult and, of course, worthy of a lot of questions.
Step back for a sec, Vaughn. The relationship more broadly between Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani has shifted over the years.
It's shifted over the years.
I mean,
go. Thirsty
Whoa!
Ben.
All right, first
Ben
one.
looks thirsty.
Thirsty Ben.
Everyone who's been Trump's little toady, cleaning up his messes for him, the relationship changes and he throws them under the bus. Eventually, it happens every time.
Did he throw Rudy under the bus?
Not yet, but it's coming, especially with this shit brewing now.
I feel like he threw Rudy under the bus by making him his lawyer during the entire bullshit Stop the Steal thing.
Well, he's gonna
he couldn't have gotten a real lawyer to do that.
He's gonna. Well, Rudy is a real lawyer, but he's gonna. It's gonna be like with Cohen. When Cohen was his good little soldier that did his bidding for him, and then when it wasn't convenient, Trump threw him under the bus. And when I say under the bus, I mean like he was like, Cohen's a loser. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I wonder what the last case was that Giuliani won that was a good case.
I have no idea.
Uh-oh, Ben's got a brew.
Yeah.
People were saying he could give himself a blanket pardon, but it would have caused people to start asking what he needed it for and looking for something.
Yeah, it could alert people to crimes that were kind of floating around that they wouldn't have otherwise known about.
Higgs Monahan says you have to pardon a specific crime like Watergate. Nixon was pardoned for that and things around it specifically. So would Trump have to give a blanket pardon for something he hadn't been charged for yet?
I wish I knew. We would need an actual lawyer to tell us what's right about this, and plus it's unprecedented. A president's never tried to pardon himself.
Can we get a robot lawyer that just types our questions into ChatGPT and reads it for us? I imagine that would be almost as effective as a real lawyer.
If it was, then people would just get those.
Well, you have
instead of spending
you have to bring a real lawyer into court with you usually.
No, you don't. You can represent yourself if you want. So you
with
don't
ChatGPT in your hand?
Maybe.
I think Martin Shkreli got in trouble for making a medical ChatGPT.
All right, here we go. We're gonna do it now. Here it comes.
Beer bong for my lady. Yeah, look at Ben. BBB. Beer bong Ben. Beer bong Ben. Suck it down, Ben. Suck it down. You got the whole setup here too, you guys.
Yeah, I gotta drain the foam out.
There's a foam bucket for all the. Oh, there's some good foam too.
It's foam.
They call that head.
Yeah.
When it's on the beer. When it's in the bucket, they call it tails.
All right.
And frankly,
we'll finish this
is
here.
the man that I think we need to be frank about, is the man that he turned to in 2020 and in the aftermath of his election
full
loss.
screen next
He
time.
was his personal lawyer that he sent around the country to go and make the case to state legislatures that, in fact, that they should overturn their election results. And the other parts of this lawsuit are worth noting, particularly because she alleges that he forced her to perform sexual acts on him while he was engaged in conversations with individuals, including the former president himself, Donald Trump. Well, they had conversations not only pertaining to the 2020 election, but also the Mueller probe, confidential conversations that she said she should not have been privy to.
Thanks for watching
If
our
you're going to pay a
YouTube
woman $1
channel.
million
Follow-
a year to have sex with you, obviously you're going to make her have sex with you while you talk to the president. Obviously. This is an interesting case. I wonder how much more is going to unravel, because these news reports saying we just got the lawsuit an hour ago. So they haven't really got to get deep into it either.
No, and then if the lawsuit moves forward and doesn't get dismissed or anything, then all the evidence will start coming out publicly. There will be depositions. There will be these secret recordings where he allegedly admits to all this shit will come out. So we'll see.
Will they have her was it spandex that he made her wear? Will they have that, and Monica Lewinsky had her dress? Or does that only come out if there's DNA evidence on it?
I guess I have no idea. This is something interesting. I bet you didn't see this coming. The IRS was originally investigating Hunter Biden, but they've dumped the Hunter Biden investigation team.
Oh?
Yes.
Could you imagine if it was your job to investigate Hunter Biden and then
you just decide to...
And then you get fired?
I don't know if they got fired. Let's see.
Removed the entire investigative team from its long-running tax fraud probe of Hunter Biden in a retaliatory move against the whistleblower who alleged a cover-up. That is according to the New York Post.
So they removed an investigative team from their Hunter Biden probe in whistleblower. Okay, so the whistleblower on Hunter Biden is saying it's retaliatory. It's worded so weird.
Now, the whistleblower's attorney told Congress that the removal was on the orders of the Department of Justice.
This comes as Special Counsel John Durham's report found that the FBI should not have launched a probe into Russian collusion in the 2016 election.
So this is interesting. So this whistleblower is part of the team that was doing this investigation into Hunter Biden and at the IRS, and is no longer, and they're basically off the case. He's not been fired, but he's off the case. And the whistleblower's attorneys are saying this is clearly retaliation for protected speech. There's a statute that protects whistleblowers. If he sees that something he thinks is criminal wrongdoing, he's supposed to come forward. He's supposed to alert Congress. He's supposed to do exactly what he did, and the government can't punish him for it. They're saying the government is punishing for it because they moved him off this investigation. Now,
so because he was the IRS employee that blew the whistle on Biden, they're saying that him being removed was retaliation for the whistleblowing?
The other side of this, which I don't think is totally crazy, would be, well, but if you're a whistleblower and alleging that it's going wrong, of course there's going to be like a pause and a halt on your involvement while that's kind of adjudicated.
Yeah.
They can't firing him would be retaliatory.
Okay, so he didn't lose his job. He just got taken off the case.
Yeah, okay.
Which is, nepotism for our boy Hunter Biden to get away scot-free. He has a history of his daddy coming in and saving him.
That's what I was saying. It shouldn't come as a surprise.
But it wouldn't be normal to have him continue in that role while he's alleging that the process is screwed up, and I'm not sure this is retaliatory, is I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah, I tend to agree. It does seem like there's an obvious conflict of interest. It would be, of course, very inappropriate if he were fired, and it also would be inappropriate if the claims that he was raising were sidelined along with his distance from the investigation, right? Just because he is no longer involved, it doesn't mean that should be the end of the issues that he's raised as part of his whistleblower attempt. The reality is that, so attorneys for the whistleblower met with congressional investigators earlier this month, and they laid the groundwork for what he will ultimately share with Congress. So there's preparations for an interview where he will be able to more formally disclose, it seems, his concerns with the ongoing investigation. And it does feel as though...
Do you think they specifically make this news as, hard to understand so that we don't think too much about Hunter Biden being probed? Because you had trouble early on with the retaliation line.
Wasn't it written weird?
Yeah, and the way they're talking about it, I'm kind of confused what the situation is.
This is The Hill. I'm not sure what their slant is.
Is this the new misinformation where they just make everything, they give you the truth, but it's very hard to understand?
He will be heard, right? And his claims will be followed up on and elevated in the way that are necessary to make sure that the investigation is actually carried out fairly. If that's not the case, then yes, I'd be very concerned about him if he's the only one in his team or the only ones that are raising these.
It's funny because there was supposedly this laptop that proved all these horrible things about him, yet now all they can try to get him on is tax fraud.
Concerns. Being distant, being separated from the investigation.
Yeah, and to be clear, given all the funny business we've seen on the part of these law enforcement agencies, and
he's also being sued right now for an illegitimate child. He's not paying child support.
Yeah,
He's trying to make the child support payments lower, and he's not paying them. And the woman who is mothering the child that he denied is got a case against him. There's a lot going on in this man's life, which would make sense. He's a fucking crackhead with unfathomable connections.
It's good connections.
The Durham report, everything we've learned about how they handled Russia, Trump, some previous indication of moving slowly on the Hunter Biden stuff. I would be I would understand reasonable skepticism that they're going to handle or have handled looking into Hunter Biden's finances with the level of experience.
Maybe these people just suck at talking.
I'm trying to figure out.
This is hard to follow.
And scrutiny and seriousness with which they should. So I'm totally willing to believe that there's something to what the whistleblower has to say. So let's definitely listen to that. Let's get to the bottom of it. Yeah. I understand that thinking.
When I hear people in the news talk about, I want to believe, like, I don't care about your fucking beliefs.
Or what they want to believe.
Yeah, I don't care what you want to believe. Give us the information and then paddle our little ass a little bit so we swallow the fucking pill. Christ. This is not the Hill TV. You suck.
This has been a focus of conservatives for a while now. We have a conservative House now. This is something that has been a priority of theirs, and as of yet, they haven't found the smoking gun that they were looking for. Of course, there were these inaccuracies with Joe Biden as he applied for his gun permit, where he lied about having not had the struggles with addiction on that form, and the inaccuracies in his tax filings. All of that is true, and I think it's perfectly fair for people to criticize him for that. But I do think that there has been a hope, perhaps a politically driven hope, that there was more, including...
Even if you get him, doesn't mean you're going to get his dad.
And you're not going to get him anyways, because his dad gets him out of everything. This is probably just more of his dad pulling the team off of his son's investigation.
Probably.
Historically, it's happened quite a bit. And Hunter Biden continues to get himself into situations and have terribly favorable connections the entire way.
It's pathetic, though, on the right to focus on Hunter Biden just to get to his dad by proxy, because they have nothing to get his dad on.
Well, I mean, they have a lot to get his dad on, too, but this is sensational.
What do they have to get him on?
This is, well, you could say that his connections with his brother, who's making all these investments that benefit him and the family, the connections they have, the same way that Pelosi's husband has a lot of connections that put them in unfair advantages.
What do they have to get President Joe Biden on?
Well, if he's...
Nothing.
Joe Biden to perhaps
if he's colluding
financial
with
payments
these family members in ways that give them insider information for their business.
Maybe there's more, maybe there's not, but can we trust the process?
You're saying if. I'm saying what do they actually have?
To find the more, if there was.
Then I'll go back to him being touchy with all those kids.
More difficult.
They don't have.
He's touchy Joe Biden.
That Democrats aren't appropriately
and he beat Corn Pop with that chain.
So we'll see what happens.
No, he didn't. He negotiated and made peace. He was just ready to throw down.
I perfectly appreciate why there's so much skepticism for the reasons that we discussed before. But it is also possible that some of the...
Everyone, just a reminder, please like the stream, and for every $50 level, I will do a beer bong. I'm already one in. Don't let me sober up. Let's build to another... once we hit $100 here, I'll do another one.
Enthusiasm around reporting this particular issue as a whistleblower retaliation, as opposed to what might, in fact, just be a pause in due course as the information is channeled up to Congress in the appropriate way, is because in the absence of a real smoking gun, casting aspersions about kind of mismanagement in the FBI is kind of the best.
Here's the thing. I see someone saying, goddamn, YouTube not giving me... Don't rely on YouTube. Like, don't rely on them. If you want to watch the show, just remember, first of all, download the calendar. There's a calendar that's always updated. It's always up to date as to when we're doing shows and what time they are and everything. You should go there. It'll integrate with your iCalendar or your Android calendar. Use that, because YouTube doesn't care if it works right. And in many ways, it's broken by design. And I've literally told YouTube creator support that, like, oh, people don't get notifications, and they act like it's a problem with something you guys are doing, like you're not subscribed right or you don't have the bell clicked or whatever. So if you're not getting notifications or you can't find the videos, you should follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Discord. I post all this shit over there, and the calendar will let you know when we're doing shows, and it's up to, like, if there's ever a change in schedule, it's updated within a few days or at least like a week or two before it happens. So there you go. Don't trust YouTube.
Best you got, which, you know,
I had
it's
to
fine.
send my mom a link to the stream tonight because she couldn't find it tonight, and she always watches.
So what is that?
I had to send her a link.
So what is that?
I'll tell you what it is. YouTube hates one of us.
And politics are what they are. But there's
Possibly
this other
both.
interesting IRS story on the other side of things. The agency plans to release a report this week on the feasibility of a free government-run tax filing service as part of an effort by the Biden administration. The news caused TurboTax and H&R Block stocks to drop. Now, there has been
A free IRS that has a button for all the Biden family members to evade their taxes with nepotism.
War attempt, lobbying effort, etc., by H&R Block, TurboTax, those kind of tax filing services to prevent something like this from happening. Many Americans have observed, hey, the IRS obviously knows how much I owe because if I don't pay it, they come a knocking. So why can't you just tell me how much I owe and I will pay my taxes, and we don't have to have this middleman that extracts all of these resources from the American people once a year. It looks like I will give credit to Joe Biden for this one if it actually comes to fruition. This is actually a consumer-facing benefit to the American people that is long overdue, as far as I'm concerned.
So in theory, I agree that TurboTax bad. It's absurd that we have to pay some middleman to figure out what the government already seems to know. My faith in government services of this sort is not high. So like, what happens when this website like crashes a bunch and just...
Oh my God. All right. Okay. I'm done with these people.
What about when this website crashes? Do you remember when there was reports of Hunter Biden's messages when they leaked? His business associates were referring to the big guy, and they were speculating the big guy was Joe Biden, and they were giving cuts of everything to Joe Biden. Like, that could also be why he doesn't want people
or it could be
going further into this.
I mean, this is all ifs.
Well, yeah, that's why they're investigating, right? But the investigation just got paused.
The big guy could have been a literal big guy. Like,
well, yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yeah. This is a crazy story. There was this little girl abducted when she was 9, and they just found her 6 years later in a completely different state.
Good morning, guys. Now, the last time Kayla Imbahan's father saw her was before a camping trip almost 6 years ago. Now they've reunited after she was found in North Carolina, and her mother is now
from Illinois to North Carolina.
Facing abduction charges.
It's a miracle that after nearly 6 years, Kayla Imbahan of South Elgin has been reunited with her father. Police have arrested and charged Kayla's mother, 40-year-old Heather Imbahan, with child abduction charges out of Kane County. You may remember back in 2017, Kayla, who is now 15 years old, was reported missing after going on a camping trip with her mother. She was supposed to be picked up by her father, but never was. For a while, authorities thought Heather Imbahan may have taken her daughter to Georgia. However, Heather was arrested in Bacone County in North Carolina. Kayla's father released a statement yesterday saying, "I'm overjoyed that Kayla is home safe. I want to thank Elgin Police and Fire Departments, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and all of the law enforcement agencies who assisted with her."
It's weird when parents kidnap their own kids.
Case. We ask for privacy.
It's also weird when they lose them.
Well, that's
and
crazy.
Go to jail.
We get to know each other again and navigate this new beginning.
Yeah, while they're being reunited, we do that Kayla's mother will be extradited back to Kane County to face those abduction charges. Back to you guys in the studio.
Holy shit.
I always wanted to have a kid so I could kidnap them. See if I could get away with it.
I guess there was this study that was done amongst teens, and many of them said that they would trade TikTok over the right to vote.
To have TikTok?
Yeah, if they had to choose one.
Yeah,
or
it's
the
a
other.
better option.
Let's get started. Happy Monday.
You're just overly jaded with the voting process.
Would you give up the...
I don't even like TikTok that much.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're overly
Right to
jaded with
vote.
the voting
I think
process.
that most people are overly invested in the voting process.
What is invested?
I think they think it does more than it actually does. A tuppence.
I don't. I'm under no illusions that it does more than what it does at face value.
It meant that you could keep scrolling on social media. It's a premise that seems absolutely absurd, but 61% of young adults say that they'd take TikTok over the ballot box. Wow. In this
And honestly,
era,
if voting really mattered, TikTok would have more of a platform, more of a reach. As a TikToker, you could influence more voters than your singular vote would even manage. So it would be the smart move to choose TikTok over voting, because you could just influence 1,000 people to vote in the way that you want them to vote.
But in this scenario, you have TikTok or you don't have voting, right?
I mean, I don't know. I think it was a personal preference, right?
Okay.
I think they were choosing between voting or TikTok for themselves.
If you get influence on who to vote for by TikTok, we have a whole other world of problems.
Literally everything with social media influences voting, like on all levels. TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. It's the science of social media. You have you watched some of the documentaries that show it? Like it's all completely 100% the driving force for a voting platform.
No. No.
Hells Only says that is such bullshit. That's retarded logic, Billy. Explain, Hells Only. Explain.
Gladly. It was a stretch. It was a stretch. I know. It comes from a survey conducted by the Reboot Foundation. The number is even higher among teenagers.
Isn't it simple math? If you influence 1,000 people to vote, isn't that better than your one singular vote anyways? Am I wrong there? Is that not 100%?
I mean, there's
math?
no. I mean, but this is all a hypothetical. You influence 1,000 people to vote. Like, we don't know how many people get influenced to vote a certain way, and how many, like, what percentage of them there is, and who specifically that would be.
We don't know, but I know if I was using TikTok to influence people, I could get more than one vote out of my influence. I could at least get 5.
This
And
is
that's a multiplier of 5.
It's a completely hypothetical scenario.
Of course.
That you're using.
But in application, it's not that hard to applicate.
64% of them saying they'd choose social media over voting rights. Now, this isn't a possibility, of course. No one's going to actually give you this choice.
Thank you.
The people who did it, though, say that they did the study because it shows how problematic social media can be for young people and their priorities. But also, if I was 13 and you told me to choose between voting or instant messenger, I'd have a real hard time giving up obsessively checking to see if I made it into Jessica Russell's top 5. I never made it into her top
Okay,
Who's Jessica
you want
Russell?
to know why that's problematic?
Is she on the board there?
Because here in California, we're trying to lower the voting age to 17.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the thing.
Her face is not. What is she doing? Why would she do that face?
17 isn't a huge change. It's only a year.
It would be just one of those things that we could model after Australia, where everybody is required to vote, and if you don't vote, and it happens on a Saturday, by the way, and if you don't vote, you get fined.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like 10 grand.
Capitulation. Yeah, there you go.
know? I mean, it forces everybody to vote,
I
but
don't
like then you all have a say.
Oh, give me my Instagram.
I don't know. You want your Instagram? Okay, he's of that.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Next.
Cheech Wizard, if you make one more comment about the way I speak, I'm going to sue you for defamation of character. I will sue you, Cheech Wizard, to the moon.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
This is a feel-good segment here. Check this out.
Now at 10:30, outdoor dining is going to the dogs here in Los Angeles.
Why do they always have to do that on the news? Like, it's going to the dogs. And when they do like weed stories, they're always like, oh, it's Rocky Mountain High. You know, they always do it.
I think it's the easy
It's
segue.
going up in smoke.
Officials say it's okay to bring your pet with you to dinner. Humans and their pets are inseparable these days, especially since the pandemic.
Samantha Cortese live in Studio City with the doggy do's and don'ts when it comes to eating out with your best furry friend, Sam.
Sharon, Micah, I had to bring mine to the live shot tonight. Her name's Cannoli. It's food related.
Her name's Cannoli. Pause right here. Why does it say CP on the screen? Why is there CP on the screen when there's talk about a dog named Cannoli?
Because it's a news ticker at the bottom.
What the hell, man?
So it's running headlines.
Massive bee swarm. I'm glad we got this feel-good story and all this other shit in the bottom that's horrible.
No one would have noticed it if you hadn't pointed it out.
Yeah, because I'm the only one that looks behind the veil.
Then don't complain about it.
Don't complain?
Yeah, everyone, if you are subscribed to the channel or if you're not already, go ahead and change your subscription alerts to all. I just used my other channel and switched it. See, there's not subscribed, then there's no alerts, then there's personalized alerts, and then there's all. Like, they added the bell, and now there's another option to the bell. That's so stupid.
Welcome to YouTube, the platform in which we get our bread and butter.
And
this is miserable.
you know, you're used to seeing them on the patio here in California, but let's go back to February of 2020.
Oh, there's a good one in the bottom ticker now. How to get free coffee at California Dunkin' stores.
Look at cannoli.
Protection was looking at alfresco dining, thinking, is it safe to have these guys on the patio while we're eating? So they asked the FDA to look into the issue. For 3 years, they've been looking at the science behind dogs and dining, and here's what they found. The FDA has new guidance for dogs at restaurants. Its food code said dogs...
So, like, federally, dogs are good at outdoor patios and restaurants now.
Federally.
So it's all up to, like, the local laws. So in L.A., now, like, you can bring dogs no matter what.
Are allowed in outdoor dining areas as long as they have approval from a local regulator and the restaurant.
I've had that where I brought my little dog to an outdoor patio thinking I could have my dog there because it's such a small dog and it's outdoors. But I had to, like, keep my dog in my lap the whole time. And luckily, my dog is small enough for that to happen.
Of course, on Ventura Boulevard, there are a plethora of pup-friendly patios.
Ha! It's eating the microphone.
That dog's a dickhead.
Reagan loves Laurel Tavern in Studio City.
I don't go anywhere that doesn't allow dogs.
Yeah, see, this guy, he just, if you don't allow dogs at all, you're not getting his business.
Oh, good.
So,
I'm going to open a hot dog stand. No dogs allowed.
To go to restaurants, anywhere that will take it, they'll accept a dog. More than accept her, I'll be happy to have her.
During the pandemic, people became so attached to their animals.
Oh, no, she's really admitting to bestiality right now, isn't she?
I don't think so.
Want to leave them at home anymore. They want to enjoy time.
The tag
with them.
says positively paleo. Is that the restaurant name? Pause, P-A-W-S?
I think it is. I think it is.
They
Oh.
want to bring them everywhere they go.
Man with baseball bat attacks two of Virginia Rep. Gerald Connolly's
so much.
Staffers.
She makes treats for the dogs that visit.
I think that in a well-established environment where they have restrictions on don't be in the way of people or servers, that it's perfectly fine.
The FDA agrees and says dogs should not be let inside restaurants with the exception of service dogs.
That's the next step in dog civil rights.
What if the dog is a good boy?
That's what I'm saying. If a dog is a good boy, they should be allowed in the restaurant.
Mike, when I had my dog, my dream was to take him into a buffet and just let him go loose in the buffet and just let him like climb all over and eat everything. That was my dream. I wanted. I knew I couldn't do it, but I wanted to so bad.
Yelp searches using the dogs allowed filter jumped nearly 60% in the last 2 years.
That's so weird. A lot of other things have jumped up like in frequency in the last 2 to 3 years. It's very strange.
Like
And
presidential criminal charges?
Half of all states
Yeah,
already
that's
allow
one.
dogs outside.
Criminal charges in general, violent crime, mass shootings.
People should stop being violent.
Even property crime.
At a restaurant. Now this recommendation is nationwide.
And what that will allow is for people like me who have dogs and love to travel to go to other states
Okay.
and sit outside and eat.
Yay!
She's not a real person.
Which means I can now bring my dog when I travel, which is amazing.
California has allowed this for nearly 10
Okay, I could not. I just can't do. I couldn't do that.
These are all the worst dog people, by the way.
Years based on a study
I haven't
in New
seen
Zealand
one good
that
dog
said the
person
risk
yet.
of having Fido
That-
around
that's a
food
good dog.
was low.
Yeah, look at that. It just got a wiggly nose.
The FDA looked at that same study and recommends restaurants have signs saying dogs are welcome and that dogs have different bowls for water and food, especially
No. We want to eat from the same bowl as the dog
if
food.
they have their own menu, like here at Hotel Pasea in Huntington Beach. The
What?
FDA says restaurants
That
allowing
looks
dogs
delicious.
should also have a plan in place.
Was that dog food?
to handle pet waste.
Oh, cannoli.
Cats and other animals are still a no-no, and on social media, the reaction is mixed. Some people don't want dogs around their food, despite the FDA's research. And in the state of Florida, one restaurant has a very particular reason for not allowing dogs to dine with them outside. Iguana droppings can.
So there's restaurants where wild iguanas live nearby, and I guess iguana shit is bad for dogs, and if they eat it, they can die.
Well, yeah, and they'll track it in, right?
Be poisonous to dogs.
Their concern was that it's poisonous to dogs.
Liable if a dog eats that on the patio. But here in California, since 2011, especially in Los Angeles, we've been allowing dogs on the patio and al fresco, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, especially after this go-ahead from the FDA. In Studio City with Cannoli. Back to you guys.
I'm not a fan of that dog.
Sit.
I like it now. It didn't sit when she asked it to. Defiant little beast.
There's a school, I believe it's in the South, that's banning students from wearing furry attire.
To school?
Yeah.
Like no butt plugs or what? The tails they wear? Like, are they wearing full suits?
You'll see.
The furry dress attire.
The school dress code up for debate in Brevard County. According to some board members, some students are raising concerns about their classmates' attire. They say some kids are dressing and acting like animals.
There are children in our schools that are dressing as animals. And that sounds innocent when you say it out loud, but there are things like dog leashes and collars and walking a child as though they're an animal and tails that are tripping hazards.
Yeah, they're called furries. And it's the most, to be honest with you, it's an anomaly that I didn't have when I was in school, and I'm sure you didn't either.
Yeah, your last name's Susan, Matt. Nobody trusts you.
To be clear, these board members are not talking about the full body fursuits you might see at a convention. They believe accessories like tail.
Yeah, just like the ears.
They're banning tails. I can see the butt plug tails.
They
wear
don't
those
have to be
school.
butt plugs, dude.
I'm saying ban the butt plug tails.
No,
at
they're
school.
banning all of it, not
No,
the
you can't-
non-butt plug
You can't
tails.
ban the like tails as accessories.
They're banning that. They're banning the ears.
That's stupid. You can't ban ears.
Collars or ears might be distracting to other students.
Is they're distracting the schools by barking and yowling and stuff like that.
Yeah, at my Catholic school, they said like boys with long hair were distracting, like that kind of shit.
Is that why you grow your hair out now?
I had my hair long then too.
Ooh, long hair don't care.
Out of more than 2,000 students surveyed, the board members acknowledged that this was not the most common issue brought up. A spokesperson for the district told us they have not seen issues with students in furry attire, and they hadn't seen reports of students with collars and leashes.
I had a shirt with Bela Lugosi as Count Dracula on it, and it said Bela Lugosi's dead because that was a song, and I got in trouble for that. And my mom had to like bring a different shirt to school for me to wear.
They didn't have like a box full of different shirts.
It was on one of the rare like casual days because normally you couldn't wear t-shirts anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything like occultish at my school was banned.
That's a Catholic school. It's super strict. Now, Hell's Only came in and said this poll they did is bullshit and that the kids who said they would give up voting for TikTok, I will bet you were BSing. They figured there is no real chance that their voting rights are in danger. They just want to express their love for TikTok. That's the response.
What? Oh.
Second, the reason this poll was done was to push out a narrative. The young don't care for voting. They don't have to care to be responsible as citizens. So why should they have the franchise? I think that kids shouldn't care about voting when they're 13. They should be taught why to care about voting.
They should learn how
by the time they're old enough to vote.
Yeah, and they should. I mean, I believe that's what civics class is all about.
They should really be taught how to sway the vote and community organize and get people to get behind their movements so they can actually do something.
Elementary school families that their kids can't emulate a cat or a dog or a unicorn. You've just eliminated a lot of the clothes and fun accessories that girls like to wear at that age.
One parent tells us her daughter and many other students like to wear cat ear headbands and doesn't see why that's a problem.
It shouldn't be a problem. The idea that they're going to ban cat ear headbands or dog ear headbands or tails or leashes, unless they're butt plugs or sexual leashes.
At my school, we also had a ban on unnatural hair dye colors. So you could do blonde, black, brown, red hair, but you couldn't do blue or green or anything
Man, that
like
sounds
that.
like a utopia.
Hey, no blue hairs.
Get rid of all these blue hairs. Sorry, Destiny. Molina's mine now.
Oh, my God.
The behavior is what needs to be addressed, not the attire.
The Brevard Public School Board has so many issues to tackle. I just don't see how this is even in the top 50.
Connor Hansen, Fox 35 News.
Seth Looks makes a good point. All girls should be dressed in burqas so they don't distract the boys. But can they wear their cat ears underneath the burqas?
Everybody, there's a link in the chat if you want to see me do a beer bong for every $50 level. Please chuck a couple bucks our way, start a tip train. I'm trying to get the ball rolling so that Saturday isn't another 7-hour stream. So help us out here by using the link. And plus, I've only had one beer, so I'm thirsty. Oh, also next month, something huge is happening. You don't even know about
Boner
this.
pills?
No.
Hell's Only says another thing is your take on who influences off. 18-year-olds are not influencing other people to vote. Well, they could if they wanted to.
So next month, Spin Till You Spew returns. Next month. I am coming out of retirement to take on a former competitor that I've taken on in the past in another Spin Till You Spew through Patreon. That's next month, though. You'll see. So that's coming back.
You'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. Oh, you know what? You said something about a hot dog stand earlier?
Yeah.
This is ironic.
One of Chicagoland's most beloved hot dog joints is celebrating a major milestone today. Superdog is turning 75 years old. It's been a fixture in Chicago's food scene since 1948.
Can you believe it? Dane Placco joins us now live with a look into today's celebrations.
Superdog.
Yeah, guys, you know, London.
You know, Scott hates Chicago dogs so much. He's totally against them. I didn't realize that until me and him went to Chicago together, and I was like, let's get a Chicago dog. He's like, nope, that's gross. The neon green relish and the sport pepper. He's like, name another time you're going to eat a sport pepper outside of a Chicago hot dog.
Could you?
No, I had never even heard of them before that. Why are they sport? Like, what's sporty about them?
Scott has taste, but it's very particular taste.
Has Big Ben. Paris, of course, has the Eiffel Tower. But here on the northwest side of Chicago, well, this is the landmark everyone knows and loves. And as you can see, we're here on a special day. Superdog celebrating its 75th anniversary.
It
On
is.
this date in
I've never even heard of Superdog, but I don't know. I'll give it a shot. The statues alone, the one is like a wrestler, strongman kind of circus performer.
Really perpetuates toxic masculinity, doesn't it?
That's why I like it.
1948. Newlyweds Maury and Florence Berman, both college students at Northwestern, opened up a small hot dog stand at the corner of Milwaukee, Nagel, and Devon.
Okay, I see someone saying American hot dogs are spam compared to Canadian. Okay, not all hot dogs in America are the same. So and what's the fucking Canadian hot dogs? Come on, dude. I've been to Canada a bunch of times. I've had a hot dog there. There's not a big difference. I've eaten street vendor hot dogs in Toronto before. There's really not. I mean, in my hometown, most of the hot dogs are actual sausages, not like Ballpark Franks or Hebrew National.
Yeah, I've got bad news for any of you hot dog nationalists. There's hot dog places all over the world that are good.
Yeah.
You got to find them.
Yep. That's
because they will give you swill. They'll give you trash wieners if they can get away with it. And if you go somewhere and get a trash wiener, that's not on them. That's on you. You got.
Later, it's still being run by the Berman family. Same location, same menu, and the same 12-foot tall paper mache and fiberglass hot dogs on the roof. Their red eyes blinking lovingly at one another. But while
Oh my God, it's like totally. They don't want us.
I do not like that guy's voice.
Here have been working for decades as well. I sat down with co-owner Scott Berman, his sister Lisa Drucker, and her husband Don to talk some super dog philosophy on this 75th anniversary.
Oh, they got crinkle cut fries. I don't really like crinkle cut fries that much. Let's see what the dog looks like. Is it a loaded Chicago style dog?
They had the whole pickle on it. I imagine it's a Chicago style.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Let's watch them assemble this here.
Recipe.
Where else are you going to eat sport peppers?
Bun is made
It's that neon green relish too that I've never had on anything
specially to
else.
our recipe.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not a huge
wonderful
fan
today at
of Chicago dogs because I can never get through one without it making a mess. Like one part of it, like the pickle will slide out and they're awkward to eat. I don't think I'm built to have Chicago dogs easily. They always seem to get something fucks up.
Michigan State Police are applauding the fearless act of bravery by her older teenage brother. They say armed with just a slingshot, he was able to stop a scary situation from becoming far worse. They say the suspect admitted to planning on beating the little girl severely.
He really is the one that saved his sister's life from something seriously bad happening to her. To see that and to pop into action that quickly is extraordinary.
Michigan State Police.
So someone was trying to abduct his little sister, and he shot him with a slingshot.
Police from the LP.
It's Dennis the Menace.
Post says an
Let's get Ben so drunk he
There-
barfs on the computer.
Let's do
and
it.
Billy will have to unplug the router to end the show again.
I'm ready to do it.
8-year-old girl was mushroom hunting in her backyard when a 17-year-old boy came out of the woods, covered her mouth, and attempted to drag her back into the woods. That's when her 13-year-old big brother, who witnessed what was going on from inside the home, sprung into action.
He was able to grab his slingshot, hit the suspect right in the head, and that caused him to let go. The girl was able to struggle and get away, and he shot another one, hit the suspect in the chest, and then fled the scene.
The suspect then ran off. He was later found hiding at a nearby gas station that same day.
With a rock mark in his head?
Quit thinking of the girl's big brother to saving her.
I had a friend that had one of those like hunting slingshots that like hook around your wrist, and he had what looked like giant BBs that he would shoot out of it.
Can we
the suspect?
What he
penalize
did
this sicko, please?
also helped us to identify who the suspect was, because obviously he had injuries from getting hit with a slingshot.
State police say the young girl was not injured in the ordeal, but she, along with the parents,
The only
are
time I ever got
understandably-
grounded was for using a slingshot. And
I
it
thought you
wasn't-
got grounded from WWE because you gave your sister a pile driver.
Well, I wasn't allowed to watch WWE, but I
That's a
wasn't
grounding.
I mean, I'm talking about where I had to go sit in my room for a week. And it's not because I used the slingshot, it's because I lied about it.
Damn.
Shaken up. Please have these words of advice if you're ever in a scary situation like this.
Fight. Do everything you can. Bite the hand that's holding that has the hand over your mouth if that's the case. Stomp on their feet, kick them in the shin, do whatever you can to fight, and then if your mouth
Whose side
is
are you on, officer?
free, scream as loud as you possibly can.
Since the suspect is underage, his name is being withheld. He's currently lodged at the county jail in the juvenile section. His next court date is
Why don't you
scheduled
put him
for
in the
May
sicko
17th.
section?
That's next Wednesday. In Alpena County, Jody Meeson, 9 and 10 News.
Oh, here's a story that's local to us here.
Another day, another easy find. People doing drugs in the open on city sidewalks. This was in the Chinatown International District Friday.
You can't go nowhere without seeing somebody doing drugs.
You go down there to get some pho and some bubble tea, and then there just happens to be a black market where people are smoking
I
crack.
don't even care when I see them doing drugs. I hate when they're pooping or peeing directly into my vision.
Dude, I've seen that where I've walked out of a building down there, and there's a dude just taking a shit right there.
And there's areas he could have gone for a little privacy. privacy, but he doesn't want it. He
Yeah.
doesn't want the privacy.
He wants you to see him
Yes.
pooping.
He's like, this is where I'm at, and now you're here with me.
While time is running out on our state's drug possession law.
There's been stabbings, shootings, all types of stuff down here.
Sam works security for businesses near the King.
Does he just have his gun just like hanging out of his pocket right
I like
there?
to think that's a grabber he uses to pick up garbage off the ground.
Okay. He's got a badge and shit too. He's like he patrols like 2 blocks down there.
County courthouse covering 3 downtown city blocks.
3 blocks. That's big. That's a big area down there.
He sees drug activity on the daily, and he is hopeful lawmakers will act in time. House Democrats just announced they reached a bipartisan compromise on the eve of the special session, indicating there could be potential movement on the very first day of session. A temporary drug possession law on the books expires July 1st.
Good drugs.
Without a fix, illegal drug possession would be decriminalized.
How can you say, oh, it's okay for you to do drugs, but it's not okay for you to sell drugs?
Exactly. Exactly.
If it's drugs, drugs is drugs.
If it's drugs, drugs is drugs.
And selling drugs, like, you should just get all the drug dealers and give them jobs as drug dealers.
Yeah.
Through the state, because right now all this drug money is going to criminals when it could go to politicians.
Stopgap measure was put there until lawmakers determined how best to penalize drug possession and use. That after the state's...
You see the woman that owns Pierogi is running for public office.
Is she good?
I mean, what do you mean, is she good?
I hope she's like not a psycho.
I don't think so.
I hope she's a good person.
Supreme Court in
I
2021.
might give up TikTok to vote for her.
I think it's only like city council, so it like if she's like your district, then that
felony
would
drug
be it.
possession statute unconstitutional.
I am frustrated with the whole system.
The Robin part comes down to finding a balance between punitive measures and a treatment-favored approach.
I think we gotta start by policing them, really.
Who is this?
Aiden.
Corpse hipster?
I think we gotta start policing.
His name is Aiden.
Aiden, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like, I could have told you his name was Aiden before they put it up on the thing. This is the most Aiden kid I've ever... What's around his neck? Is that a mask
I think it
or
is
a
a
collar?
mask. I think it's a mask.
Aiden,
Yeah.
I don't like you, but I love you, Aiden.
Representative Lauren Davis says lawmakers have worked since the regular session ended to reach this compromise, but it's one she won't support.
The bill continues to criminalize
Is
individuals
this just pearly things?
who are experiencing profound suffering and are profoundly ill.
That special session begins tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and we're told by at
Tan
least
mom.
one lawmaker
It's Michelle
they anticipate
Esteban.
a
I remember
vote
before she had all the tan.
on the very first day. In Seattle, Michelle Esteban, Como News.
I remember watching her when she was a young woman.
Yeah.
She's
been around a long time?
They employ these people their entire lives.
Some of them get moved around a lot. Like, I'll see someone that, like, on the news for a couple years and then they get moved to another city.
I should have gotten into broadcasting. I'd have a job for life. I could be an old man like Ken Schramm.
Oh, he's dead.
Well, yeah, he was old.
Justin.
For you, a rough night for at least a driver in a southeastern Colorado town. That's because he tried to switch seats with his dog after being pulled over on suspicion of DUI.
It's like, how is that better? Oh, the dog was driving. I was letting my dog drive.
Can we give this
Which
guy...
is worse than driving drunk?
Can we give this guy a key to the city?
Now, it happened in the small town of Springfield. That's in Colorado's southeastern corner.
There's like a Springfield in almost every state.
Springfield police say an officer pulled over a driver going 52 and a 30, and then the driver tried to switch seats with his dog. The dog had been in the passenger seat. They said they were trying to get from Las Animas to Pueblo, but got
I
lost.
can't drive.
Well,
My
they were
dog's
because
driving. I've been drinking.
As you can see on the map, Springfield's in the other direction. The town's actually closer to Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico.
So my guy was going the wrong way, too, from his alibi?
Yeah.
And he tried to blame... Okay, was he filming a YouTube video?
I don't think so.
Because this is like next level fuckery.
To Pueblo. Police say there were also 2 sober people in the back seat, one of whom the actual owner of the car. Springfield's police chief says he doesn't know why one of them wasn't driving.
Like, man, we thought we'd let the dog drive. Have you never seen Air Bud?
Driver, who they found in the passenger seat, was booked on several charges, as well as 2 prior warrants coming out of Pueblo. The other 2 passengers then took the car
and the dog to Pueblo.
Hold on, there were other passengers in
Yeah,
there?
the owner of the car was in the back, right?
Well, why didn't
Is
they
that
get
wrong?
in? Why put the dog there?
Worried about
Because every
the
dog has his day.
I'm always worried about the dog. But that's bonkers. I mean, I have a dog that likes to drive, thinks he can drive, but come on.
You have
not
a
every
dog that
crime
thinks he can drive.
comes with a criminal mastermind.
Okay,
It
dogs
seems
in restaurants is fine, but letting them drive is too much.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Wrong side of history, Ben.
like
No, it does not.
depending on the status of the person who switched, the dog may have been a better driver.
Dog may have been the better driver.
So, but good to hear the update from Springfield, Colorado. Keep you posted on that
The
one.
two people in the back seat. There's a lot more to that story.
there's-
I need to sort that one out at some point.
At least we know where Springfield is now. It's way down there.
Yes, we
near
do.
Kansas and
Yes,
Oklahoma.
we do.
We learned something today.
Do 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 do. If there was a child in the car, would you rather blame the dog as the driver or the child? If you had an option.
That's a tough one because they're probably close to the same intelligence level depending on how old the child is.
On one hand, they're probably not going to arrest the dog, but they could arrest the child.
They wouldn't.
But on the other hand, they're probably not going to put the child down, and they might put the dog down. It's a rough one. Jack Nicholson asked what kind of beer you're drinking tonight.
Rainier beer.
The Northwestern.
I was hoping someone would just hit a whole bunch of them, so I had to do them back to back to back to back.
I was hoping people would realize that you have the most beautiful face.
Tonight we're doing a post show too. It's once again time for Manatee, where we go over some of the Manatee's latest content. If you want to check that out, you just have to become a patron, $10 or above, immediately after this show. We'll be going over there and doing that. Also, Thursday, we've got Scott in the studio, and we got Asterios not in the studio. So that should be fun.
I got Scott's new gear in my car.
Oh, yeah?
Gonna debut it on the show. He doesn't know I'm gonna wear it into the show on Thursday. I'm gonna stretch it out over my massive balls.
Let's check out... Oh, you know what? I was downloading this. Give me just a second here.
Ayo. It's a
right.
good stream, Gonzo, with Ben, Billy, and the other guy, and Asterios.
The other guy. So there's a bit of antagonism going on. Check it out.
I should turn off that goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TP, are they going to touch me?
All right. I guess there's a breakup between Baked Alaska and Nick Fuentes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Here it is.
But I did for like a year. I operated in that way, and then I waited, and then the opportunity and the timing presented itself, and sort of like a climactic moment. It's like I had enough of the Brittany and Mio thing, and Ralph was on drugs and on pills, and
So this is that guy Big Tech. I remember when he was coming around, everyone's like, he's crazy.
all the Alexander thing all was coming down, and we haven't heard from Ye for months. You know what? Now I'm going to say what I have to say.
Yeah, so they were all waiting on Ye. All of them were kind of sticking around in hopes that Kanye would actually run and make all of them his little cronies for his campaign. But most people realized that that wasn't going to happen.
I'm going to say what I have to say. I'm going to have some fun. And I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but now nobody's pulling my chain. I hope I don't lose my channel, and I'll pay to stay here if I got to. I want to be part of the group. I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but I'm also not going to be told what to do all the time. Like, I don't feel like that's appropriate.
Yeah. Well, Nick just texted me, said, "Hey, fuck you," and I really don't appreciate that. So, wow.
No
Okay.
way.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
So,
the betrayal.
Literally said I love him. Literally said good things about him. But
How does it make you feel? Like a simp?
You're just not as hot as Catboy.
guess that's what we're dealing with. So that's pretty disappointing.
You can't live up to Catboy.
Oh, after all you did for America.
Here's I guess this is Nick talking
Mr.
about it.
Nicholas J. Fuentes. Welcome back to the kill stream, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. How you been?
Been all right. Been taking it easy, you know. I'm still I'm hanging in there.
Well, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I know you got. Is that from the car wreck?
Yeah, I have a couple
Yeah.
broken bones. So
I didn't realize
he was in a car wreck. I didn't even know about
He's got
that.
a couple broken bones, he says.
Nasty that was at first. I was sorry to hear that. I've been in a couple wrecks, so sorry about that.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, about the whole drama today, it's just disappointing, I suppose, because it's another case of people who I've gone out of my way for and really shown nothing but loyalty and generosity, turning around and not reciprocating that or not paying that back. It's that one-way street thing is really frustrating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, I do.
What does he mean by one-way street?
I think he's saying that Baked Alaska didn't show respect, and
He's a taker.
He gave him nothing but respect,
I
and
see.
his respect was a one-way street of
see.
giving to Baked Alaska.
I see.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can say that I do. Yeah.
How fast did you speed this up?
Just one.
It sounds
step.
totally like a chipmunk.
Well, Ralph. Well, it shouldn't change the pitch. It's just the speed. But Ralph talks a lot faster than Nick Fuentes. I'm noticing. Like, Nick is talking pretty slow because he seems like he's at a regular pace when
He's
he's talking.
hopped up on doofballs from his car accident.
So everybody saw the stream earlier, probably, or seen clips of it by now, and obviously some Bake said some things, and you know, it's my opinion. I've said this openly already. The Big Tech's kind of setting it up, and you know, being a little bit subversive element there, and has been for a while. But still, you know, Bake said what he said. So I don't know. What were your thoughts? Obviously, there was a text message you sent him, and he said there was. I don't know.
Well, you know, it's just that it's pretty rich because for the past, 5 years or something, I mean, I've literally lost friends over this guy, refusing to say anything negative. It's actually, somebody brought up, that's the origin story for Teddy Feezer. I mean, are you familiar with that?
Yes.
Connection?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That was that.
Do you know who that is?
Teddy Feezer?
Was that the person we were they were spamming?
Oh, no.
They were like, Feezer.
Yeah, where he said you needed to drop
Oh,
Bake. So
no.
I'll tell people, by the way. He sent in a super chat and basically was like, hey, you know, you need to cut ties with Bake. This is a bad look. What are you doing? Or something like that. And Nick said, hey, you know, I need to cut ties with you. You're a faggot, basically. And did that. And then Feezer, this happens to me too, where you just block somebody or you do something offhanded like that and they turn into psychopaths and stalk you for years and years. So yeah, that's happened to me too, actually, before. But yeah, I'm familiar with that origin.
So this is Nick Fuentes saying something.
Yeah.
And Ethan Ralph responds with, oh, yeah, that's happened to me too. And then Nick Fuentes says something else. And Ethan Ralph responds with, oh, yeah, that's happened to me too.
Yeah.
This is the Me Too podcast.
This is the Me Too movement.
It's Bake Alaska, yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of cases like that. I mean, I remember I was really good friends with this guy, Sharia. You may remember Sharia LaBeouf.
Sharia Law?
Was his name. Yeah. And he's an old head. He was there at Charlottesville. I think I may have met him there. And I had seen him a lot of times at those early events. And back a few years ago, he was one of the many people making a big stink about the IRL content and saying he bear-maced a bouncer. He disrespected the working class by going after a gas station attendant, or he attacked a Burger King cashier. And I literally stopped being friends with this dude. Now, he was being gay about it, but I literally stopped being friends with him because he couldn't let that go. And I went on a stream and
I mean, those were all valid points.
Debated him about it. Okay, well, what did he actually do? Well, how was it that bad? And again, it's a guy I'd known for, at that time, maybe 4 years. He had been there from the beginning, tight with all my close friends. Because
so where's Baked Alaska going next? He's been kicked out of America First.
He's probably going to come back to the Libcuck side. Maybe open
probably for a week like last time.
Become a BuzzFeed article contributor.
They'll take him back?
He'll introduce BuzzFeed to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Buzz Lives Matter. Oh, I've got a treat for you. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I love treats.
Yo, safely!
Uh,
find this hater, put a bullet in his fucking head. How you like me now? I'm the only critic with the good kind.
Ben, I'm not sure you know what the word treat means.
I do. So I guess Milo had some kind of live conference or show or something, and
You said treat, Ben.
And they brought on this. They brought on this rapper named Mike Dece.
Mike Dece?
D-E-C-E? How would you say
Mike
that?
DC?
DC?
I don't know. Mike Deese?
Deese? Check this out.
But I want you guys to make some noise for Mike DC right now.
DC, you got it.
Get it loud. Guys. Let's go.
Does the shirt say party with bitches?
Dicks out for Harambe.
Look at this crowd here. Yeah, they're ready.
This is TED Talk?
All these butt naked bitches dancing. Pick the pussy up and need a bandage. I fuck hoes like I'm Marilyn Manson.
Oh, God.
Bitch worship me like Charles Manson.
He rhymed Manson with Manson.
She wanna fuck, better bring them bands in. Don't give a fuck about no goddamn bitch. Unless she sucks on this goddamn dick. All this money in my fucking pocket.
Look at nobody gives a. He's got a packed house too.
The blonde girl in the front has got. She's enjoying it.
I think she's laughing her ass off at it.
She's going back to her party days.
I'm strapped up with a fucking rocket.
Yeah, see the Milo logo. So this is like Breitbart Live. It's got Milo's rocking like heavy metal looking logo type thing. Like,
shut the fuck up and suck this dick. Count up all these racks up in my
I wonder how much he paid him to perform. He gave
him a
Milo.
beach.
He gave Milo like $1,000 to get some stage time.
Oh my gosh!
All these butt naked bitches dancing. Beat the pussy up and need a bandage.
If I beat the pussy up, it's gonna need more than a bandage.
That is one cringy
It's gonna need
rap.
This is one cringy rap.
We're almost there. We're less than $20 away from the next beer bong. It's been a little while too, man.
If I beat the pussy up,
I
gonna
thought
need to file a police report.
I thought you guys would love the beer bongs. I'm so sad.
I fuck hoes like I'm Marilyn Manson. I fuck hoes like I'm Marilyn Manson. I fuck hoes like I'm Marilyn.
Is he saying holes
He
or
fucks
hoes?
hoes.
It sounds like he's saying holes.
How many holes has Marilyn Manson fucked?
Oh,
Probably
I thought
more than he has hoes.
I thought he meant he fucks the hole like it's Marilyn Manson.
Manson. I fuck her.
Now, if he was like, I fucked the hole like it's Courtney Love, that'd be a bar.
Famous fucker like I'm Marilyn. Got the wetter than aquarium, so I get never.
This is where he shows his real skill.
Yeah, he's like, I can rhyme Marilyn with aquarium and nobody cares.
He had to stop and start again.
I get no pussy, I was a cesarean. He says he has a scary dick and it is so big he don't think it will ever fit.
Yeah.
That's a shit rhyme as well.
I'm the fucking man. All designer clothes, got it from Japan.
Does he dress like Poochie from Itchy and Scratchy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, cause I'm Marilyn Manson. Count up all these racks
Where's
up in my
Poochie?
mansion. All these butt naked bitches dancing.
Suck my dick.
Pussy up and need a bandage.
The
Nobody
audience is
cares.
popping.
They're all kind of like.
Look at the almost every guy has their hand by their face in like cringe mode. Like look at all them. Like there's the old man with the orange shirt. He's not doing it. Everybody else is like holding their hands or like they're not comfortable. One guy's got his arm held. All the girls are like, well, we're gonna need lube tonight.
Fuck holes like I'm Marilyn Manson. I fuck holes like I'm Marilyn Manson.
The grift is so strong with this. Like whatever this guy paid Milo to do this, everybody in this audience paid to be there too. I bet. Yeah. This
And it's like a
sucks.
packed house. Look at it.
Milo's like, I'm going to do a fucking talent show.
This looks like a couple thousand people here. It's pretty crazy.
I wonder how many people left this and were like, okay, I'm done with the right. I'm done.
I don't know.
I'm going to go become a fucking liberal libcuck blue hair.
Like I'm Marilyn Manson. I fuck hoes like I'm Marilyn Manson. I fuck hoes like I'm Marilyn Manson,
Bitch. Hey, thank you guys very much.
All right.
All right.
If you don't know, my father owns My Pillow.
I'll be right back.
He fucks hoes like he's Marilyn Manson. Hells only thinks this has to be a fucking total work. I wouldn't be surprised if it's all just layers of grifting. It's over. Clap. The whole crowd's like, yes, hooray. We're done. Is this man secretly de-radicalizing all of Milo's followers? I mean, I feel like that's inevitably what's going to happen when that happens. Manson should send him a cease and desist.
I fuck all these holes like I'm Courtney Love. I got a hole in my head like I'm Kurt Cobain.
Terrible. Horrible. Miserable. A sheesh and desist. Gonna need a sheesh and desist from now on. A cease and desist. You guys are killing it with the jokes. You should have said them literally 20 seconds ago so I could steal them before I made my stupid joke. My terrible joke. Oh, my goodness. The guys that introduced him on the stage, didn't they have shirts, tie-dye shirts that said party with bitches on them? Robert Glick says, hi, Billy. We share the same birthday. That's awesome. If anybody else has a birthday in August 13th, 14th, 12th, 15th, if you have a birthday around my birthday, we'll all celebrate together, okay? We'll have one big giant cake. Maybe a wedding cake since there's going to be a lot of us. And we'll have a good time. Carrot Top's son needs to chill out. Man, Carrot Top is so much more talented than that kid. So much more. Stab McHugg says the only rapping Billy has done is unwrapping cheeseburgers. That's very kind of you to point out, Stabby McHuggs. Steven Andrews says, I like Carrot Top, but he's too insecure. It's probably why he's got so much muscles. People with muscles they only got muscles due to their insecurity. Except for me, obviously, I'm different. And Big Diesel, obviously, is different. Maybe it's just Carrot Top that got muscles due to his insecurity. If you guys want to ask me any questions, this would be a perfect time for me to answer questions. I have an itch inside my nose. You'll see me digging at my nose trying to itch it. It's terrible. It's bothering me a lot. Some people are just scared of the Riz. You know it. You know it, Big Diesel. Who's got muscle implants? Carrot Top? Who's a better rapper, the last guy or G-Man? The last guy is better than G-Man, of course. G-Man is turds. Share the cake. Cheers to you, Robert. Billy, why won't you do a backflip? I tried to do a backflip when I was 17 into the pool at my apartment complex, and I got maybe 170 degrees to 200 degrees of a flip, and it hit my head on the bottom of the pool. It was not a good backflip. I never tried again since then. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's check out something else.
Who's the next act?
The next act.
On Milo's talent show.
Oh, I don't know. That was the end of that video. It could have been just like a speaking type thing next. It's weird that they would want to put music into that kind of event, but obviously the audience didn't give a shit.
I'm pretty sure.
At least it was only one song.
That kid, maybe his parents made a big donation or something. Who knows? There has to be some sort of bullshit, motherfucker.
Somebody donate $20 really quick, please. Help me out here. Help me drink a beer. I need that $20. All right. I watched this earlier and I love this. You've probably seen this before, but I love it. Have you ever seen this?
Located in Building 7, one of the first structures.
It's a weird optical illusion. It's an endless staircase.
What?
Watch.
The stairwell, designed by Filipino architect Rafael Nelson Obaganda, was built in 1968 and has been wowing our IT students ever since. Just keep walking, get to the top.
Oh, fuck this. This
Yeah.
is actually what hell is. This guy designed hell.
Rosie, what are you doing here?
Just going down.
This doesn't make sense to me.
The design is right there.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Ben, you don't really like this, do you?
I think it's pretty funny.
Tell me all about it, Puffers.
People are saying it's edited.
Dylan DePickle is sure it's
loves
edited.
the
Is this
leather
Puff?
futon. Yes, he does. That's a long ways down for a Puffers. I'd be careful, dude.
Poop, poop.
Yes, I would be careful, Puff. No, I'm watching him like a hawk so he doesn't hurt himself, but my boy Puff loves to explore the apartments. He goes nuts over it.
Everybody says the stair video is fake, Ben.
They're liars.
Ben, are you trolling us with that stair video?
I've personally been there. Actually, I designed it.
Ben,
I'm the one who designed it.
it would take some guy from Toledo to invent hell on earth.
I tried giving him a good soak.
It's not hell because you can leave.
Earlier,
No, that's
and
an
he was
unstoppable
just not
staircase.
having
That's
it.
hell.
Whoa!
Oh my
Jesus
God,
Christ.
no.
Cobra. My man's climbing.
Well, there you go. He
Is Puff trying to play the guitar?
He's fine.
He's fine. He is fine.
He landed on top of the acoustic guitar case. From there to there, so like, yeah. Be careful, Puff. He about gave me a heart attack. I was like, oh shit, Cobra, put down the camera and help your lizard.
He's
But
drunk, dude. I can
got
tell. I was like,
this.
That's a nice, comfortable spot for Puff to actually chill.
Yeah.
Fits
I
perfectly in
tried
his
giving
belly.
my Puffers a soak earlier, and he was just not having it. He
His
discovered
Puffers?
how to climb out of his soaking enclosure, and he was just like, I don't want to soak. I want to run around your apartment and get into shit. As soon as I said that, he cocked his head up like, yeah.
Seth Looks points out, by the way, that wasn't animal abuse. Cobra did tell Puff to be careful.
Be careful, Puff.
It's all about reading your bearded
What if this
dra-
entire time we've been giving Cobra a hard time and Puff was really the dickhead that just wants to jump off of things and be a little prick?
Well, Puff lacks a lot of intelligence.
Against body
Whoa, I would never
language,
talk that way
dude.
about Puff.
100%.
All right. Ooh, check this out. He got some new fan mail.
I love fan mail for Cobes right now. What you got there,
What up,
King?
YouTube?
Is that a brick of fucking cocaine?
Got some fan mail. I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday.
All right, I am now, because we're a little more than halfway through the show. I am now doing a two for the price of one, 2 beer bongs for every $50 level that we hit, and we are like $19 away from one of them.
so I'm getting over that.
Yeah, the stare video could very well be fake, Stabby. That's fine. We've moved on from it, so
Ben, our audience never forgets.
okay. I know. Yeah, that's fine.
We have to
So we
issue an
got some
apology
fan
if it's actually
mail.
fake.
Oh.
We have 4 boxes.
But what if they're trolling us?
goodies. 2 of them are just, relatively small, like these 2. And then we got 2 bigger ones. So let's get into it.
I wonder what's in that box. Is it a poop? Did someone just mail him a poop?
I hope not.
All right, guys, when we get to $200, I will start the apology tour, and we'll apologize for
You wanna
falsifying
send me
those
something, check
stairs.
out the P.O.
But not
box,
until we hit the
description
$200
box
mark.
Below, P.O. Box 3862, Casper, Wyoming.
No apologies until then.
82609.
I feel like it's a brick of something, like hash or coke or... But now that I look at the box... why does the wrapper sound so slimy?
It's plastic. It's like...
What's in the box? It's
Not sure what's in here, but we about to find out.
Notino? Oh, here comes the knife. Do you carry a knife on you, Ben? I feel like Jeff Holiday carries a knife on him.
We're going to need that for opening the rest of the boxes. Dear
I had a weird
Josh,
little friend.
I am
He would always carry a knife on him. He was a weird little... Last time I really ever talked to him, he was at my house with this mentally disabled boy. And he
I'm
told
going
me,
to just do one now because I really want to drink a beer.
You just want to drink?
But...
Ben, you've made a promise to our audience.
I've been waiting.
Well,
I've been waiting.
Maybe they don't want
Someone
you to
help
drink.
me. Well, too bad.
Well, this is not... This is confusing.
You know what I had back in the day? Well, I want to show the people that helped me get this far that I appreciate it.
Oh.
And it's a couple days after Mother's Day, Tubes. So got to drink in got to drink in honor of all the moms out there.
All the teen moms?
I used to have one of those canes with the big knife, or they call it a sword cane, but it wasn't really a sword as much as it was just like a really long knife.
The audience is demanding you pay them $50 to drink that beer.
Okay.
I don't think our audience runs the show.
sending you more chocolates. Thank you. Have ordered as
Thank you,
a
Ben.
goodwill
We
gesture.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Red Scare.
Thank you, and I'll do another one instantly because I said I was doing a twofer anyway. As soon as we hit that that $100 level right there.
It's important for me to be a good person and to do good without asking.
Listen to this sweet boy note
for
he's
something in
reading.
return. Good is like
A box of chocolates.
a chalupa. Cha-ew.
What's he trying to read?
Better not drink that beer, bong boy.
Okay, I'll do two of them. Here we go. Here's number one.
I am sure you will help some.
I'm fucking poor for this.
Help
Not actually,
someone
but this is
else
my last tip for a
in
while.
turn.
That's fine.
Hope
That's
you
how
get
it
that
should
drink,
go.
Ben
You
smile.
want others
Thank you, Mr.
That's
Cat
fine.
Snacks.
I appreciate it.
I wish you all the best in life. Be healthy. Be healthy. What fun is that? So, and happy. Yeah, what's the point of being happy when life is just full of depression?
Aw.
Kidding, sort of.
Kidding.
You and
Sort
your
of.
family be successful in all your endeavors. Greetings from me. Thanks from Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Be blessed.
What's in that box from the
Thank
Bulgarian
you.
brute?
Oh, look at all these chocolates that they sent me. Holy shit.
Okay,
dude,
that's
a box full of chocolate.
Canatopia?
I appreciate it.
They got some interesting candy
That's
in Eastern
a lot
Europe.
of chocolate from Bulgaria.
Oh, it's all. Is it? I wonder if
talk
it's
a lot of shit,
diarrhea
but my
chocolate.
life could be worse. So thank you to my Bulgarian fan for all the amazing chocolate that you sent me. I'll be sure to do a review of that sometime.
Are we sure it's not laxative chocolate? I feel like someone would try and get Bulgarian
What's the point of
laxative
being
chocolate and
healthy
send
if
it
we're
to
all gonna
Cobes as a
fucking
joke.
die someday? It doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to be a fucking negative Nancy, because I do appreciate the gesture.
I guess
here,
it's
but,
possible, but it just looks like candy. It
Be
doesn't look like
healthy, and it's like
medication.
we're all gonna die someday. So what's the point?
And
If
the
we're all gonna-
labeling in other countries that I've been to, I've never been to Bulgaria, but it usually like looks so plainly like medicine. Like they don't have even like well design labels like in the pharmacia.
You buy
Yeah.
a lot of laxatives when you're traveling?
I didn't buy laxatives. I bought I had to buy a tube of Vaseline because I was getting blisters all over my feet from how much
Yeah.
I was walking. And honestly, they were so bad that it was like agony.
Yeah.
So if you lather your feet up in Vaseline and then put socks over it, you're almost guaranteed not to get blisters. It's
Really?
gross. Like it's soggy.
It sounds uncomfortable. It sounds like
It's better than
a
getting
weird
blistered.
organic thing, but it sounds like a good trick.
It's better than getting seriously, when you're walking like 20, 30 miles in a day.
You ever use diabetic socks?
No.
I wonder if those would be bad.
Hey, have you ever heard of vodka socks?
Nope.
I've known a few people from Estonia, and there's a weird remedy, like cultural remedy that they have there, where if you're sick, if you have a fever, you drench tube socks in vodka and wear them, and it's supposed to like break your fever. If anyone's look it up, vodka socks. Vodka socks.
Do you get drunk off of it?
No, vodka doesn't like seep through your skin and get you drunk. It's just
It can
like
get you drunk if it goes in your butt. So I was wondering if there was something to do with
well,
the
in
feet.
your butt, yeah, because there's membranes in your butt that absorb the alcohol, and your skin wouldn't do that. But I don't know. It probably has no actual medicinal value, but it's a weird superstition there. It's like old, like home medicine.
Mr. Morden says sugar alcohol-based sweeteners can be laxatives. And what if those were all sugar-free chocolate bars that
all right,
if you
here's
eat two
number
or three
two.
of them, you get Dyers. Number 2, Juicy for the Deucey. Do.
Whew, Rainier.
fucking die regardless.
Not the
if you're
greatest
healthy
beer,
or
but
not.
it's okay.
Just live your life to the fullest. That's what I say.
Do you think you could do a beer bong with like one of the Delirium Reds or something?
Yeah.
It would be doable.
I'd be fucking trashed.
I bet, yeah.
Because it's really strong. It's the best tasting beer for like how strong it is.
You know,
because it tastes
life
like candy.
is like a box of chocolates, Jenny. You never know what you're gonna get.
You think if Forrest Gump was made today, Jenny would have an OnlyFans?
Quite possibly.
You think Forrest Gump would be a fuck boy? You think he'd have face tattoos and a SoundCloud page?
He'd be the
That's what's
Aaron
up.
Carter, basically.
I got it pretty good in America, dude. I can't begin to imagine what it's like for people in third world countries. So I might gripe.
Everyone, if you haven't already, please give the stream a like. I've been alerted to the fact that a lot of people haven't been getting notifications. Just click the bell if you want. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Is it something in our title? There's literally nothing in our title. Like Rudy Giuliani, Hunter Biden. Maybe it's Hunter Biden. I don't fucking know. I think they do limit that kind of shit when you put stuff they don't like in the title.
We should look at successful videos in our genre and literally just steal their titles and thumbnails.
Apparently so.
Bitch about society's problems, but at the end of the day, you know.
Nope. The next episode of DP is going to be a snuff film, and we're going to murder Scott live on air, and you're all going to have to watch it.
I don't want to do that.
What?
Scott's one of my.
I thought that's what we signed up for.
Scott's one of my oldest confidants. I don't.
No,
wanna murder him.
he's cool with it. He's ready. See, everyone's like, I'm down. No, he wants to be the
Satan
sacrificial
said
lamb.
I'm down.
Of course, Satan would say that.
That's animal abuse, exactly. Dave.
It's kitty abuse. You will get it. I guarantee you, dude. If we titled that, Drunken Peasants episode 1191, the snuff episode, and we're gonna. I mean, like, even if we totally orchestrated it and like made it look real, where we like literally like just like murdered him fake here, that one would probably be the episode that would get shared everywhere.
What else we got? Got some more goodies here.
Oh, the red lights are already here. Like the lights in this room are color changing lights.
Let's see. Hi, I thought you would like this for Puff. I'm a fan. Me and my brother. I wish you all the best in life, Jeffrey. Your friend from Jeffrey.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
That's the other Joshy. Jeffrey. That and Joshy. I've heard a lot of rave reviews about the Joshy.
Oh yeah?
Segment that we did.
I love my Puffers. He's a badass little bearded dragon.
What's
Puff
in the
is
bag?
native to like
Hawkeye just like does not like King Cobra. You say I don't like King Cobra and I'm negative about him, but Hawkeye really doesn't like King Cobra.
That's not true. Hawkeye loves King Cobra.
Hawkeye, do you agree with most of the things Billy says about King Cobra? Okay.
Australia. So shout out to Sydney Watson and Isaiah Butterfield.
He's still on that Sidney Watson kick?
Yeah, I guess that's what he's into. I think he like imagines her all gothed out or something. She's okay,
Australia, people who live in the Great Down Under.
She's not, but she doesn't live in Australia. She lives in the U.S.
Cannot own bearded dragons because they are a protected species in Australia. But here in the States, oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
You gave me a little puff bearded dragon leash. I've seen other beardy owners who have these little leashes. That's adorable as shit. Thank you.
Don't walk it. Dude, he's gonna walk it outside and like a stray cat's gonna run up and fucking like execute Puff like right in front of him.
You think a cat would attack Puff?
Yes, absolutely. A cat would attack a bearded dragon. That's like prime kill bait for a stray cat.
You don't think Puff could defend himself?
No,
He
Puff
caught
could
himself
not
pretty
defend
quick when he
himself.
fell off the couch.
That's not defending yourself against a cat. What a weird comparison. How does your brain work?
Better?
Like, no. Catching yourself off of almost falling something isn't like defending yourself against like a literal killing machine. Like a thing that's literally...
A cat?
Yes, a cat is a killing machine. Yes, look it up. Like cats are responsible for the deaths of so many small animals.
Puff's not small though.
compared to a house cat, dude.
Puff's
come on.
Puff's got some size to him.
No, a cat would easily kill an animal that's out of. First of all, Puff is out of its element too. Like the environment it's in is not its normal environment, so it can't like hide and blend in like it normally would, like in its natural environment. And a cat, like literally, the house cat is one of the most deadly animals for its size.
You think Cobra would defend Puff from a cat and attack the cat?
Hopefully, but he doesn't have the best vision. A cat will like pounce on that thing like out of nowhere.
I guess I haven't seen cats attack.
Dude, I've seen cats
animals
kill
in public too often.
I have multiple times. I remember. Oh my god, it's such a horrid fucking thing. Like
Just Chris Red Hat says any scratch to a lizard can be fatal. Well,
a cat will fuck up.
A cat is a killing machine.
They
Just
are.
Chris.
They are.
So a cat scratch will cause more than a fever.
Supply of Puff goodness. I'm not going to make Puff do anything he doesn't want to do just because, you know, he is his own lizard.
I just Googled cat versus beard and
I
dragon.
thought you would like this for Puff. I'm a fan. Me and my brother. I wish
The
you
best
all
the
the best.
bearded dragon
From
could do is
Jeffrey,
get
your
away.
friend
It
from
could not
Jeffrey.
fight
Thank-
against. Did you look up house cat? Because that's what it is.
I gave me a bobcat.
Yeah, well, Bobcat's going to take down a bearded dragon like nothing. But even a house cat could. For its size, it is so... Like, they have razor-sharp claws and razor-sharp teeth. It's and they're crazy fast. Like, a house cat's a very cunning animal. And in neighborhoods, they'll kill birds like they're nothing.
Bearded dragons make superior pets, even better, arguably, than cats or dogs.
Sure.
The reason bearded dragons make superior pets are many, such as they are easier to maintain and are cleaner than cats and dogs.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for the leash. I appreciate
When
it.
I searched house cat versus bearded dragon, I got a bunch of videos of kittens and dragons, bearded dragons playing together.
Sure, like a kitten wouldn't attack, and even like a really well trained. That's why I said stray cat, like a cat that's like trained or not necessarily trained, but like used to a bearded dragon, like it grew up with it or something, would maybe not attack it. But like a stray cat that's used to like killing animals in the neighborhood would attack. That'd be a fucking meal and a half. Like Puff would be a sitting duck for
I
a
tried to
house cat.
soak Puff.
A house cat would kill you if it was bigger than you.
If it was bigger than me?
Yeah, well, big enough. I shouldn't say bigger than you, but big enough to kill you. Like a 300-pound house cat, or even like a 180-pound house cat, which is basically what a puma is.
Is this what our snuff episode is going to be, where I have to kill a house cat, 300-pound house cat?
Well, yeah, Scott is going to be dressed like a house cat.
I don't want to kill Scott. We have to kill a 300-pound house cat.
Well, I think you should revisit your contract, young Bill Fridge,
I've-
because it says explicitly that if the show demands it, you have to murder Big Cat Scott Henson. You should have had your lawyer look at it a little
Ben,
closer.
I read the contract a little
you
further.
didn't. No, you
I
didn't.
read the contract
No,
a
you
little
didn't.
further.
Clearly not.
And Scott and I could work together.
I am not afraid of cats. I just know a cat will kill a little animal if it. A cat will kill, especially a stray cat, will kill an animal if it's weaker than it.
Well, now I kind of want Cobra to walk this lizard around on a leash.
I don't
'cause
want
wanna- I feel like it's not going to be an issue. I feel like a cat would not attack a lizard on a leash with King Cobra, but maybe
You'd be
it is.
surprised about that.
I could be, yeah. Like in my head, I'm like, I feel like this is not going to happen. Like in any circumstance, a cat would not want to go near a man and his lizard on a leash. But now I kind of want to see it.
Didn't want to soak, so I'm like, all right. You can't force your lizard to soak when they don't want to. That's just how it is.
That's called lack of consent.
But
If a lizard
he's
doesn't
looking
consent
lot
to a
better
soak, you
since
can't
I've
force
had
it.
him. Oh, Jesus Christ.
A lot of cat owners have had the experience of the cat bringing in like prey. Because cats are very effective killers, even especially out like cats that leave your house, which I wouldn't do. Like I'm allergic to cats, so I can't be a cat owner. But the people that like let their cats run around outside all day and then they let them in at night, a lot of people I know that do that, their cat just disappears one day and they never see it again because it either got run over or it got stolen or it got killed by like a dog or something. So like I wouldn't be able to deal with that.
From D. Rhodes to Josh Saunders, P.O. Box 3862, Casper, Wyoming 82601. Yeah, that's what you... Okay, so, like, let me just show that real quick. Block the fan's address with my hand so we don't dox anyone. But, yeah, if you want to send me
you
some
shouldn't even
goodies
show
to my
it.
P.O.
Just don't
box,
show it at all.
That's where you send it right there, Josh Saunders.
Like, normally when we get mail, I unwrap it so that there's no chance
The
of
guy's
that.
address is on the return stamp.
Is it? Oh my god.
Yeah.
3862, Casper, Wyoming.
Cobra.
82601. I said 82609, but it's whatever.
It's whatever. Cobra and that knife get a lot of work in.
You know, last night I so easily... You know how Egghead was taking a break from Actual Mania? I baited now Egghead. Well, and honestly, he could win it. I was like, Egghead, you could win currency in the account.
He could.
And that little bit that I put out there last night, at least, he told me, he's like, oh, maybe I will. Maybe I will do it.
I got word from Seth Looks that Streamlabs might be down right now.
Is it?
I'm refreshing.
Is that what's been fucking us in the ass all night?
I wonder. I'm refreshing right now to see if...
I feel like Streamlabs has made it so I can never pass the butthole challenge ever.
Yes.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on with Trumpster Bob right now. He's trying to, like...
Interesting, because it looks like there were donos that came through from Seth Looks 6 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago.
But they're not showing?
I don't think they added to the thing either.
What?
Because we had Higgs Strand got us to 100, Mr. Captain Snacks got us to 106, and Seth Looks has given $10 total.
But
it's not on the hoopy doopy.
Yeah, it's true. I'm looking at it because I'm looking at the Streamlabs website. It says we're at 116, but then I see the goal and it says 106.
Can you refresh the goal?
I can do that. It should be doing it on its own every 10 seconds. But let's see.
Seth Looks said, Mama always said hookers are like a box of chocolates. You have to pay more for the good ones. And Seth Looks also said, Cobra should tape a knife to Puff and fend off the cats. That's smart, actually.
Where's that refresh?
Puff should be a knife-carrying dragon.
Here, refresh. Here it is. Boom. Oh, it did do it.
What in the figgity fuck happened?
Yeah, it must be acting weird right now. That's weird. Dude, Trumpster Bob wants me to do this show that he has thought of where he's convinced this guy who doesn't like him is a serial killer, and he's of course he has all this documentation and shit, but I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I don't have a lot of faith in Bob's research.
I think we should validate all of Bob's
claims.
Okay. And give him a platform to be crazy all the time.
Okay.
Dylan DePickle thinks that you owe 5 beer bongs. Dylan DePickle earlier was saying some things about the beer bongs as well.
What?
He was saying you owe him $50 for drinking the beer bong early.
Okay, why are you giving him attention?
Because I need to point out that Dylan DePickle hasn't donated $1 towards the goal.
Okay.
And his opinions are starting to cost a little extra, Dylan. Your opinions are going to cost $24, Dylan.
The Mad Clown, which I believe was Court of Owls.
Yes.
Are you going to be I'm trying to get people in currency in the account. And right now, as of right now, we have Drake Dragsaw, Ruby Jules, Rat Lord, Captain Kool-Aids, and Godot, and maybe Egghead.
That's a team right there. Those guys are going to throw down.
Yeah, and it's still open to other people. It's 3 rounds of voting. So round 1, it's multiple votes, and we eliminate everyone but the top 5. And then round 2, it's 1 vote, and we settle on the top 2. And then we do 1 vote, the top 2. So should be interesting. And then the winner gets a shot at the title whenever they want. And I can't remember one time that it didn't work. But I was thinking, Egghead, if he gets it, this is how I position this to Egghead. And this is how I think he decided to sign up. I said, Egghead, you're afraid to join currency in the account because you know you'll probably win that. But then you'll have to face me, and you'll be the first person to ever unsuccessfully cash in currency in the account.
You got him. Egghead's stuck. Losing to Ben. Classic Egghead.
Well, I already told him my plan, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're a master villain, Ben.
No, I'm totally a face.
No,
what are you talking about?
Villains tell their plans so they give the heroes enough time to thwart
No,
them.
Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
You're going to get thwarted, Ben. You gotta stop explaining your plan.
Damn it! Set me in this bigger box, I wonder. And remember, it doesn't matter how big the care package is, it's the thought that counts.
Nice.
And I appreciate my fans, regardless if they send me stuff in the care packages or not.
All right, the Mad Clown is in for currency. In
Hawkeye
the account.
says this box is great.
Okay, so... And fuck my YouTube trolls, they are miserable. Oh, Jesus Christ, that is sealed up.
I can't wait to see what's in this box.
Like triple boxed it by the looks of it.
They triple boxed it. It's not going to be good.
They definitely didn't want this getting messed with.
What's in the box, Cobes? Oh no, this is...
So we got the box open.
How'd they make that box? There's not even a box.
Yeah, it's like a flat piece of cardboard.
They create a mess. Oh no, he's coughing. Is there shit in there?
Lots of packing paper, that's for sure.
Oh no, what do they do? Oh
Squeeze
no.
past all that packing paper and get to the good stuff in the middle, YouTube. Oh, shit, we got a letter. We got a letter, YouTube. Hey, Cobra, wanted to send you something you would enjoy. Have a drink combo on me, man. I also sent you some A&W cream soda because I heard you say you like it. Oh yeah, I love A&W cream soda. It's been a favorite since I was a kid.
Classic cream soda.
Hope the rest of 2023.
This is exactly
treats
like
you
Blue's
well.
Clues.
Peace and love, brother. Keep rocking.
Peace and
on.
love, brother.
Dante from New York City. Well, same to you, Dante, man. I hope your 2023 goes good, too.
What is it, New
They're
Year's
like,
Eve?
have a drink combo on me, Cobra. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
We got a... Holy shit, that's a box of goodies, YouTube. Dante Rhodes, huh? Well, I appreciate you, brother.
What is that? Is that Bacardi?
Hell yeah.
It's Captain Picardi.
Goddamn, son. Looks like they definitely sent me some goodies. Have a drink combo on me, Cobes. For sure, dude. All we can do is make the best of our situation, you know. 2023 sucks. There's always next year, you know. All you can do is make the best of a shitty situation. That's what I've learned a long time ago in life, is that, you know,
I hate how he's holding the knife like that.
looks like I got a 2 liter of A&W. Oh shit, careful, that knife
Oh
blade.
my god, dude. He needs to put that down. He needs to put that down while he's doing this other shit.
Open. Let's just put that knife down before.
Yeah, good idea, buddy.
See, if
Good
there's one thing I know
idea.
about Cobra, he listens when you tell him what to do.
You didn't hear me. This was
sure?
Yeah, this isn't live.
Because you told him and he immediately did it.
Is this live or is this a video I'm pausing right now?
I think this is you have a psychic connection. You have a Boglum connection with Cobra. It defies space and time. It's a beautiful thing, Ben. Cherish it.
Jesus Christ, that's a handle and a half. 4 Roses, premium American blended whiskey.
4 Roses. Look at that.
Damn,
beast.
son, that's a gallon of whiskey.
Yeah, it's a handle. He's got a handle.
He's
If I
about to
ever saw
get
one.
fucking schwasty.
If you have any drugs and alcohol, please give some to me. Yeah. 4 Roses. 4! 4! Okay, seriously, though. Thank you for that. 4 Roses.
4!
Premium American blended whiskey. Oh, that's most definitely what's up, man.
It is.
So I'm assuming that this
And some cream soda.
other bottle is the A&W cream soda.
Someone said, I'm his twin. I am 10 years older than him.
So his older brother.
Sure, whatever.
Oh, geez, you know my trolls are going to be pissed off because I got free alcohol and they don't. Like, nobody's fucking giving you free alcohol because they support your videos. They just want you to drink yourself to death. Spoken like somebody who's jealous that I get free booze and they don't. All my fucking YouTube trolls are paying for their booze like chumps, dude. Yeah, it's a 2 liter of A&W. Get out of there. Appreciate the support. You guys don't have to send me... Oh, fuck me. Get out of there. You don't gotta send me booze and alcohol and tobacco for me to appreciate the care package, but hey, you know.
Why is it taking him so long to open
When
this?
in Rome, as they say.
I wonder if I could send Cobes a worthy care package. What would go into it?
Someone sent him your T-shirt years ago.
I can already tell this care package I got underneath it's gonna have a bunch of goodies
I didn't take over his heart like Ozzy Osbourne did.
Nope.
in it as we speak.
I hate sickos more than I love Billy the Fridge.
Get out of there. Oh, fuck. Watching Cobra almost stab himself with his own knife. That's that's entertaining enough.
I'm
There
glad
we
you
go.
didn't stab yourself, Cobes.
Woo, yeah, that's what's up.
I like
I
Cobra
love my
Christmas gifts.
A&W cream soda, so I really do appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and put all the chocolates and the goodies up after I unbox everything. I've never had Four Roses. God damn you.
I like how he loves clanking the ring.
Is that a half gallon? Or is that bigger than a half
I'm
gallon?
looking at it. I see the seal. It looks like
I'm not sure. It's a handle. It's like the, you know what? Whenever I see this now, it's what I think about that Amber Heard severed Johnny Depp's finger with, like a bottle that it was a bottle like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
unopened.
1.75 liter.
Yep. So almost 2 liters.
That is a big ass. Okay, I love whiskey. That's my liquor of choice.
Those are going for about $50 online.
Roses premium.
What, that bottle?
Yeah.
Huh.
American blended whiskey.
That's not that bad for how much you get.
Blended and
It's gonna be a lot of
bottled by
content.
Four Roses Distilling Co.
Corey Muldoon suggests
And
that we chug that much water when
No,
we wake up.
thank you.
Why not?
Because I'll have to piss so much.
Missouri.
Peeing is
by
good.
The looks of it.
No, not for me.
It
You do
is
pee a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
80 proof. Yeah, that'll wet your whiskers.
80 proof.
That's a wonderful sound, isn't
Four
it?
Roses.
Is that a wonderful sound?
Isn't it?
You like that?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if the bottle broke?
Someone just make a loop of that. Somebody take him doing that and just loop it.
Tuck, tuck, tuck,
And upload
tuck,
that as a
tuck,
video.
tuck,
It'll do so well.
tuck, 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 tuck,
That's the sound
tuck,
of a good
tuck.
time about to happen, I'll tell you what.
In the Cobra Cabana.
Let me put all these goodies up.
Just link it right here.
And get rid of my trash before we open the next one.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Cobra. Where would we be without you?
I would love to see Ozzy sitting over on the couch there while Cobra streams, and Cobra orders a pizza and doesn't give any to Ozzy.
What if he would share with Ozzy, right? He totally would.
You know what? He doesn't share food.
He's shared with Darth Lenny. He made steaks for Darth Lenny.
That was a weird agreement that they had.
Are you sure?
Freezer to keep it fresh.
Ben, you know way more about Cobes than I do.
I do.
It's that psychic time and
It's
space
clear.
connection you have.
Sure. Someone mentioned the hair. I'll tell you what. I have way more of my hair left than he does.
Your hair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have more hair left.
Should we do a private show where we compare you and King Cobra? Like who's
Like our hair?
Who's best? You know, we do
Oh,
who's
no, I don't
worst.
care who's best.
We did all those who's worsts. The who's best.
Holy Toledo, Batman.
He just said Holy Toledo. You know what? Someone said
His psychic connection is coming back to you,
yeah,
Ben.
Yep.
You guys are Boglum
There
bros.
we go.
We got one more care package to open.
See, I don't want to go against him. I wanted to collab with him. I had the best idea for his next album. I wanted to help produce his next album. It was going to be like some hard-ass shit. Sexy goth bad boy shit.
I think I want to get King Cobra to score a porno movie.
Coming up, folks. Before we do that, though,
Yeah, Seth Looks has a good point. You both worked at Wendy's. You both drink on live streams. You both play guitar equally as well.
That is not true.
I'm
That
thinking
is
we're
not
going to
true.
have to have ourselves
Seth Looks had to
a
run
drink
over for baiting his Warhammer figures to make that joke.
Yeah.
combo.
I think the fumes of the paint are getting to Seth Look's
In
head.
honor of
I think he's huffing it like King Cobra
My
and
lizard
Duster.
Puff and all the awesome fans.
All the awesome
We're going to
fandoms.
try it, and we're going to call it a
4.
Yeah, this, I don't know what to call it, but we're going to dedicate this drink combo to the fan who sent it. Oh, shit, YouTube.
If I was making a drink combo out of 4 roses and cream soda, I would call it Comes and Roses. That's a good whiff.
Goddamn, son. You know, my trolls are going to get super pissed off that my fans sent me free alcohol.
What if he drinks it and it's just like
Look at
urea?
him. Watch this heavy pour.
Like if it's brown
Look
pee.
at it go.
My guy. He's just making it rain
Look
in
at
that
it
cup.
go.
Hell yeah.
This is so good for a thumbnail right here.
He's the king.
Look at that.
Hail to the
Look
king,
at-
baby. Look at that. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, God.
He's a showman.
Oh, my God.
Dylan DePickle asks, why is so little coming out? Duh, they have the fucking
Slow pour.
protective pour
Yeah.
caps. Do you not understand anything about liquor control boards? Higgs Monahan says, I would have assumed Copes was the type to remove the plastic slow pour thing. I mean, if he did, he wouldn't be able to hold the bottle up that high. He was styling on him.
Yep. Yeah, he looked into the camera and was like, yep. Oh, no, it shook up.
Uh-oh.
No, hold the phone, Sylvester Stallone. They let that fizz die down.
Hold the phone, Sylvester Stallone. Not to place any
Do you want to call
spoilers,
this?
but Sylvester Stallone was in the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Did you get to see that?
He was in a few of them.
Yeah, he was in this one too, though. Did you get to see
You know what?
it?
He's the original Guardian of the Galaxy leader. That character that he plays.
Yeah.
That guy was originally like the head. No, I haven't seen it.
It's so good. Everybody, I've seen it 3 times now.
Jesus Christ.
I took my mother to see it on Mother's Day. We had such a swell time.
Dante. This drink combo, we're calling it a Dante Cobra in honor of
A Dante Cobra?
from New York, who sent me these goodies to do a drink combo with.
Let's see here.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Come on, King. Get you some cream soda, King.
It's a little shooken up from the journey, but we're going to let it defizz for a second.
Does it explode? Oh, no. Little messy.
He should get up and stand over the sink and open it.
I think if he just would have tapped in the middle of the cap 9 times, he'd have been fine.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that, but what he's doing will not work.
If you hold the bottle still, tap on the cap 9 times, it should open up.
Fresh 2 liter. Let's add some of that. So Dante, brother, this drink combo is going out to you, my fellow Cobra Demon. That's what's
My
up,
fellow
brother.
Cobra Demon.
He's branding now.
Hell yeah.
So before we open up this other care package of goodies, let's try this drink combo. Let's see how it sits.
Modicum says warm soda disgusting. Yeah, you can think an alcoholic gives a fuck about ice.
I mean, like, what I would have done is kept the bottle. Well, he just opened it. I like
Yeah.
how because what I would have done was put the bottle of liquor in the freezer because it can't freeze.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
I also would have put the soda in the freezer.
I don't know about the freezer. Maybe the
I would have
the
taken
ice cold liquor would cool down the soda for sure. But
I would have gotten ice. I would have done a lot of things.
Yeah.
But Cobra wants to get his fucking swerve on.
Yeah, he's
Really
ready.
doesn't
He don't
have to
give a
have
shit.
Alcohol for me to enjoy it.
I like that mug. That's a good ass mug. If I ever won the lottery, which I would never do because I don't play the lottery, I would buy an
That
actual
is delightful.
mansion, and I would
I'm
let
not just
Cobra
saying
live
that 'cause I
there.
got it for free in the mail.
I would let all the cool homies live
That
there.
is genuinely tasty.
I would have unlimited
Ooh, there's the
alcohol,
burn.
an unlimited jalapeno poppers to feed them.
Goddamn YouTube.
Be such a good party. You'd all be invited.
We got one more humongous box to open up for the care packages.
Oh, what's in the box?
Thank you to all of you who wished me well wishes yesterday.
You can live there, burning true love.
100%.
But you and
yesterday
Cobra-
I was feeling underneath the weather, but today I'm
Can't
feeling
share a
lot
room. No
better.
bunk beds. Cobra gets his own
Excuse me.
room. That sounded dangerous. I just want, I want to be in a place where Cobra wakes up, brings out his mug, and has his morning coffee. And I'm like, hey, how'd you sleep? And he'd be like, great.
Goddamn, son.
Great.
The fans love to send me goodies. What can I say? Look at the size. It's a huge box.
Is that dog food?
It's not the size, the thoughts.
Oh, is it bearded dragon food? Isn't Chewy like a dog food thing? Maybe it's a repurposed box. There's a lot of tape on there. Tastiest drink combos you've ever seen. The Cobra Cantina. All right. What's under those plastic clouds, King?
Holy Toledo, Batman. We got some goodies.
He said Holy
All
Toledo
these
again
stuffed
as you
wrappings.
came in.
Huh.
These are fun to pop. Yes.
He should not pop those with a knife in his hand. I don't
Can't
know
tell
why
me.
I don't trust it.
Come on. You know
Put the
what I'm
knife
saying?
down.
They're fun to pop. Don't. It's like bubble wrap, dude. Come on.
I would never huff duster. No, I would never huff duster.
What's the worst thing you ever did to get high or drunk?
Well, I did. I huffed whipped cream before. I
Yeah, you
told
do
that
that when
story
you're at work.
Yeah. I drank Robitussin, an obscene amount of Robitussin, and it made me hallucinate. But it also hurt my stomach and gave me diarrhea. And I had a friend who had to have surgery because he did it too many times. So that's really bad. That's probably about it. Those are probably the worst things.
Another letter. That's what the fuck is up.
I used to lick toads.
No, you didn't.
Dear Sean, hey man, how you doing? All us real fans have been missing the hell out of you, dude. Oh my God, Sean, I see you sitting on top of my Ozzy Osbourne record. The fans miss you. I guess you've been giving Cobes extra shit recently, so he's got you locked up in a drawer again.
Damn.
Someone said when I was a kid, I smoked notebook paper. Well, that's not going to get you high. It's just going to make your throat hurt and shit. I did I did some crazy shit. You know the little kid fireworks, the little pops snapper things that you can throw on the ground.
Yes.
They look like they're wrapped in a little piece of paper. I took 5 packages of those and emptied all the shit out of them and then wrapped it up in one big ass piece of notebook paper and threw it, and it sounded like a fucking shotgun went off it made my ears ring and shit. I'm lucky it didn't go off in my hands because I was I didn't give a fuck. I wrapped it up, but then I threw it. It was boom. I didn't realize that all that shit combined actually packed a punch.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, it was yeah.
You made a Taliban bomb.
Basically, it was so fucking loud, and I just remember my ears ringing, and the piece of paper just had this huge black hole blown through it.
When I was a kid, I thought I was smart because I taped all the rest of my bottle rockets together into one big bottle rocket, and I lit it, and it flew about 10 feet up in the air, and then went straight into my neighbor's house. And I don't think it burnt their house down, but I'm sure it could have.
I've had fireworks come at me, and I had to jump out of the way. Fireworks are dangerous, man.
All my friends used to shoot the Roman candles at each other.
Yeah. Pop,
Yeah.
pop.
That's dickhead thing. I didn't like it.
No, I don't keep Sean locked up. He's on display in my apartment. He used to be over here on the couch, but now he's over.
Do you
right
think Cobes
there.
would go to Amsterdam if we if we paid him to go to Amsterdam?
Maybe he might. You know, he could probably. It'd be interesting to take Cobes to Vancouver too.
I want to take him to Amsterdam with the red light district. And have him, and buy him like 4 girls.
Yeah,
to have
yeah.
sex with, and then have him tell the story afterwards.
It'd be very easy for it to happen. You could literally like just wait outside while it happens, and then he'll come out of the door.
Like, Cobes, tell us all about it.
Their windows are all doors. You know what I mean? And yeah, you could just take them until, because like they open their doors and try to like call the guys they see walking down the street in. So like,
Do you think any of them would close the doors for Cobes? Like be like, nope.
No, no, I don't think
Cool,
so.
cool.
I don't think so.
I'd be so sad if
I don't
that
think.
happened.
I don't think they would say no to that.
My guy, we gotta take Cobes to Amsterdam and get him end the streak at the red light district.
And then pack him full of mushrooms and
and feed him and
weed.
beverage him,
dude,
and diaper him.
Yeah, dude, Cobes would love the Banana Bar. The Banana Bar. Have I told you about the Banana Bar? Yeah, dude. Because it's unlimited drinks the whole time you're down there.
Well, that's not the one where the girls put the bananas in each other.
Oh no, it had yes.
Okay.
Yes, but it's a pay by the hour for unlimited drinks kind of place.
Do you think Cobra needs unlimited drinks?
Yes.
Will he become a liability if he's wasted?
Yes. All of the above.
I feel like I would rather just have him drunk on sex.
Dude, he's not going to not drink, especially when there's the Banana Bar.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want him to get too drunk.
Too late. You're taking him to Amsterdam? What are you going to do? Like be his mom?
Why might have to? Remember what happened when he was too drunk around his dad and his dad called the cops on him?
Oh, dude, it'll be a totally different story if he
I
goes to
wouldn't-
jail in Amsterdam.
I know. I wouldn't want to facilitate that.
Well, have fun being his keeper.
I wouldn't. I would be like, sorry, Cobes, you got to go to jail now. You shouldn't have did all that unlimited drinking at the Banana Bar.
It's the Banana Bar. The Banana Bar. I think banana just means banana, though, in Dutch.
Bananin?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the cast at the Banana Bar.
Are they just dancers that put bananas in them?
Nope. Not just that.
Are they waitresses?
Yes, they're that too.
They look sad.
No, they're smiling. What are you talking about?
No, I know they're smiling, but they look sad.
No, I think you're projecting some kind of a feeling you have onto them.
I think I have empathy, and I can feel their sorrow.
Jesus
and
Christ,
the
you're
life,
such a downer.
I'm not a
Okay,
downer.
That's fine, Billy. Cool.
I'm
Good
sorry
job.
if I killed your boner.
I don't have a boner.
I just feel like they look sad.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I want them to be happy. I have a pimp's empathy, and I can see.
There's no pimps there.
Well, I have a pimp's empathy, and that might be why they're sad. They might need a pimp's love.
There's no pimps there.
You know, a pimp's love is different than that of a
Okay,
layman.
Billy.
A layman's love, it's...
Billy is just relentlessly sad, so he projects it onto other people.
Why would you say that?
Because you are.
No, I'm relentlessly happy, remember?
No.
I'm the one on the show that is upbeat and positive.
You were just being negative literally right
No,
now.
I just said those girls look sad.
Yeah, that's negative.
That was an observation.
That's negative.
It's not-
Dude, every time you're like, oh, I bet this happened to them. I bet they were molested. Or like,
Did I say that?
Yes, you have said stuff like that. I can't give you a specific example.
Because it's opportune for you to make a point that has no
Yeah.
basis. I said those girls look sad.
No, you're always...
Do you know who the happiest
You're
one in
always
that
pointing
picture
out
was?
some like weird nefarious thing that might be happening.
The happiest one in the
behind
picture was the
everything.
girl with the mask. And I feel like she felt a little more comfortable being happy because she had a mask.
No, but you're not like it's like a cabaret kind of place. But yeah, the banana stuff does happen. I mean, all these girls are probably also like window girls there too. Like they also have these like weird live sex shows there.
Do you think they're all sex slaves?
Not slaves, no. They like the laws here empower them more than anywhere else for people who do sex work.
My friend went there and he got a girl, and he was there on tour with Brother Ali, and Brother Ali shamed him for getting a girl. He was like, all those girls are sex slaves.
It's not true.
My friend was like, what? I just thought I would go have sex with a prostitute. Brother Ali was like, no, they're all sex slaves. And now when I see these girls, I think to myself, are they happy?
I'm not surprised your anecdotal story led to you that personal decision that you made, Billy.
What personal decision? Deciding these girls don't look happy to me?
Yes.
It's not a personal decision.
Okay.
It's a very public decision because I shared it with the public.
That doesn't... Like, yeah, your personal decision can be public. Like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my God,
Ben, I don't think
you're
either
insane.
Of us, I don't think either of us are arbiters of these girls' happiness.
Then why are you talking about it?
Well, this is a talk show.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
This is Drunken Peasants, the talk show. What is that?
Whatever you're doing.
Are you making fun of my disability?
It's not a disability. Who
Why
diagnosed
not?
it?
I don't have to be diagnosed to have a disability.
Okay.
Ben,
tonight
you
after
need to
the show,
you need to be happier. You remind me of those girls.
Fuck you, dude. God.
DP is exactly like Nick News. I'm Linda Ellerby.
That's what happened to her.
And everybody in the chat gets a new car.
We're going to go do this now. Time for Manatee. It's going to be on Vimeo. It's already posted everywhere on all the platforms that we do our paid content.
Go on. $10 and above gets access. Time for Manatee. Manatee for two. Manatee for me and you.
Yes, we will see you all there. Here we go.
Come on over.